Hello, everybody. It's Wednesday. Welcome to Recall Knowledge, where a bunch of 5e vets crit fumble our way through learning Raycats. Sorry for the late start. We're having slight technical issues and trying to get everything sorted out. We hope the stream goes smooth enough, but if not, just bear with us or, cat with us.
It wouldn't be the same without us. Mic check, Links, mic check.
Oh yeah, Lynx has to give us mic checks in chat to make sure that we sound okay before we do a whole stream. Oh man, we already lost Richard's camera? What?
He's not visible.
Okay, so it's not just me.
No, it's we're good. Just need to turn it off for a second.
No, got it. I just want to make sure it wasn't on my end. So anyways.
Need to use the cat box.
Yep, so that's right. Just a few weeks ago, we wrapped up our Pathfinder 2nd Edition campaign, the Abomination Vault, and we decided to use some of our downtime to explore new RPG systems. The last 3 weeks we spent in a galaxy far, far away as Richard GM'd us through Force and Destiny. And thank you, Richard, so much for that. I know I had a lot of fun playing that.
Yes,
I'm guessing the rest of the players did too.
Thank you for joining me on that. As
Awesome.
we all tried to learn how to play that game.
Yeah.
Yep.
And it was fun. And we
was
spent a couple of weeks
fun.
doing that. And actually next week, Rick will be GMing us through a different world, a world of darkness, as we take a look at Vampire the Masquerade. And I am also really excited to check that out, and I know you've been working on setting it up for a while, Rick.
Yeah, it should be great. Drop by. Hope it doesn't suck.
Blah,
What can
blah,
we say?
blah, blah, blah.
Get it?
The suck? Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I get it now. I didn't at first, to be honest, but
Blah,
now I get it.
blah, blah.
So that'll be fun, and I've actually had my eye on that since like the Vampire the Masquerade since like the 90s, and never got a chance to play it. So this will be my first time checking it out. But this week is something special, something different. I came across this game randomly on Twitter a few weeks ago, as Colin from Six String Games was talking about it. I'm just talking about this weird little game that he had worked on. I decided to, cautiously take a look and say, what is this little game about? And the minute I saw it, I instantly knew that I had to run it for one of these nights. A much needed change of pace, a much light-hearted, fun, less stressful, less worrying about, oh God, are we getting the rules right? No. If you're worrying about getting the rules right, you're playing the wrong game. That's right. You see, Raycats is what Six String Games calls an RPG snack. It's a bite-sized RPG that can be picked up and played with little to no knowledge or prep and enjoyed in a very short time frame, usually about 2 to 3 hours for a session. And I'm fascinated with that idea. And tonight I'm excited to see just how it all works out. Because tonight we journey into the bizarre world of Raycats. Just so you don't think it's just Colin. Colin also works with Anna. I believe their name is Anna. I don't want to say it wrong. Let me make sure I got their names right. Anna Goldberg and Colin McNamara. McNamara? Ooh, I probably butchered that.
McNamara?
That's right. McNamara.
Either way, they're the ones that put this together. They run a Patreon called Six String Games, and they are putting out these bite-sized RPGs every month. So this is the first one that they've published, and we're here to support them. And go check it out. You can type !Raycats in chat, and it'll link you to where you can pick up this game if you enjoy what you're seeing. If you're on YouTube watching live, you can say the same command. Otherwise, I'll link it in the YouTube video down below, so it'll be in the description so you can get your hands on this fun game.
You want to be a cool cat like us, you should play.
Hey, cool.
Already starting with the puns.
Mm-hmm.
So before we go any further, let's just go ahead and introduce ourselves. As I said before, I'm Steve. You can find me at Steve the DM on Twitter, where I'm keeping an eye out for quirky, interesting games new to the RPG scene. Let's go around the screen. So, like Nina, we'll go with you first.
Hi, my name is Nina, and you can find me at Nina Bautista on Twitter.
Okay, that was simple.
I'm
Let's go.
excited to play a cat tonight.
Very cool. Let's keep them rolling over here to Rick.
Yeah, my name is Ricardo. You can find me at Hallowed RPG on Twitter, talking about all things RPG. And I definitely can't wait to get this rolling.
This is a bad idea. All right.
I'm gonna fail today.
Down at the bottom, Mike.
Mike. My name is Mike. I have no social media. Well, sorry. Nina first did. She goes, my name is, and I was thinking of Slim Shady. So just enjoying playing the game.
Yes.
Very cool. And last but not least, down in the corner, Richard.
Hi everyone, my name is Richard. You can find me on Twitter at RKRichardRPG. And I'm there under the Recall Knowledge banner. So
Nice product.
Let's get this going. Yeah.
Yep. And just quick shout out to Molten Hosting. You can see their logo right down below me right now. Molten Hosting is our hosting solution, and they're providing the server hosting for tonight's game. They are a Foundry VTT turnkey solution in the cloud. Go use code Recall Knowledge and get your first month of hosting for free.
And that's one word. Cool. One word, Recall Knowledge.
Pretty cool cats.
They are cool cats over there in Molten Hosting. They're not hot cats? We should have thought that one through. Either way, one of the cool things about tonight is that we are actually playing this on Foundry, and we're the first people to play it on Foundry, I believe, because I made it on Foundry.
Hey.
Yeah, that was fun. I was able to take the rule set that existed, because it's based on another game called Lasers and Feelings, and I was able to take that rule set and put a fresh coat of Raycats paint and bring it here. So we're beta testing it for the first time. Oh, and Colin is in chat. Hello, Colin. Hello,
Colin.
Hello, Colin.
You're welcome. Thank you for releasing such a fun, awesome game. So we'll see if it works tonight. We'll work out any kinks. And if you're watching this and you're like, hey, that looks fun, I want to play it on Foundry, let me know if it's worth putting up for other people to play, because I would love to find a way to make it happen.
For sure.
We'll make it look fun.
Yes.
And perfect.
Make it
This is the moment.
Wow, we're starting early. Okay, so
Save some of them, guys. Save some of them.
Save some
them
for
all
you.
out
We got
now.
a line night to fill. So before we dive in here and get started on the game, to the audience, I have to make one thing perfectly clear. You guys infected me. I didn't write perfectly, but I had to say it anyways. This game is based on a true story. Now, granted, it's a true story stretched to its limit and peered out through a looking glass that distorts it quite a bit. But in this game, we will be following the lives of our Raycats, humanoid, buff felines sworn to do one thing: protect the rad zone at all costs. But the truth is as silly as it sounds. The truth is as silly as it sounds. This is actually a true philosophical project born out of the 1980s nuclear waste program. You see, nuclear waste is dangerous for thousands of years. And if some had begun leaking through storage or nuclear winter or any other means, it would be bad for the people. And it's not easily detectable. So how do you A, come up with a way to detect the nuclear radiation in the first place that people will understand? And B, how do you leave that warning in a message that you can be sure someone will understand 1,000 years in the future? Right? You can't just leave an MP3 file, because they probably won't have MP3 players. They didn't have them in the 80s. They're not going to have them in 2180 probably, right? So how do you make that message persist? Well, 2 scientists said, it's very simple. We breed cats to react to nuclear radiation, and we make them glow in bright colors. And then we make it a cultural norm that if your cat begins to glow, you have to move. So in reality, it never moved beyond thought experiment, because cats don't naturally glow to radiation, right? There are organisms that do. So they just wanted to infuse that into the cats. It never made it that far as we know. I mean, nobody's sure what goes on at Area 51. It could be full of Raycats to this day, right? We don't know.
That'd be cool.
True.
But in this game that we're playing, we are multiple generations into a post-1980s world where the nuclear wars did happen, humans were decimated, and all the animals have since mutated into the dominant species on the planet. All the while, the Raycats, specially bred to protect the radiation zone where the nuclear waste has been buried, still stand guard. Only now, with muscles, awesome clothes, and all your favorite 80s tropes. Ladies and gentlemen, come with us as we step into a 1980s Saturday morning cartoon, and I hope you're ready. Get your improv hats on. We are going for a ride down Willy Wonka's Tunnel of Death.
What?
That's what
I
it
wasn't
feels
told
like to
this.
me. So, we're going to spend the first maybe 10, maybe 15 minutes, I don't know how long it's going to take, explaining how the game works, making our characters. But just to be clear, unlike 5th edition or Pathfinder, or even something as story narrative dice-driven as Force and Destiny, things here are very much abstract and less rules-heavy. So don't stress out over the hard choices. Just pick something that seems fun, roll with it, because honestly, having fun is the main goal of tonight. Because if you don't laugh as the players, and you don't laugh as the audience at least once, I'll consider it a bust. So with that being said... Oh yeah, it'll be a catastrophe. God, why didn't
I
I
thought
have
we were
that?
saving our stuff.
Oh, you couldn't hold back.
So let's dive right into the colorful world of Raycats.
Raycats!
Raycats!
So I'm going to change the screen over here real quick to the playing screen so we can get a view for what our play space looks like. So I've made this screen to help you guys sort of figure out choices you're going to make with your character. Now, I've created a character and assigned you guys each your own character and token. I've made one for myself as well, which I'll now open for the stream to see. This is Sir Meowsley III. He is currently a personality. Your three choices are personality, role, and color. And, of course, a name. So, first things first. Each one of you will choose one of these personalities that are on this list. I mean, Colin's in chat. I assume you could probably pick any personality you want, and it's not going to make or break the game. But you know what? We're testing the rules as written. Let's stick with these personalities. So, my only hard imposed rule is I'm going to say no doubling up on personalities or roles or colors, right? So
we can't be a bold, curious, mischievous, playful, sly, timid, cocky, and bookish charming like cat.
That? No, I don't think so, because that would give you too many advantages.
Okay.
You're always trying to break the system.
Fair enough.
Thought
I'd ask, you know.
So after you pick your personality type, which, you know, all it does game-wise is just tell us what your character's personality is. It doesn't tell me what does it mean if you're bold, right? We're going to figure that out together. But you will have a role, right? Everyone in this cat's team will have a role in the team, and they do something special that the other ones don't do. So the roles here are Brawler, Mystic, Investigator, Historian, Scout, and Gearhead. Your role actually informs what you're an expert at. And an expert is a game term that allows you to roll more dice when you attempt certain tasks. So we don't know necessarily what a Mystic is going to be an expert at, but in the moment, if you can convince me that you are an expert at it because of your Mystic role, then we're going to roll with it.
Sweet.
And your character sheet will have spots where you can just fill it in. It's just blank form. Just type in whatever you want and get in there. And last of these choices is your color. So we're not talking about your cat's normal color, right? You might have orange fur or black fur. You can have any color fur you want. What we're talking about is when you get near radiation as one of these genetically engineered Raycats, what color do you glow with nuclear radiation? And that color that you glow also informs your special power. Now, I haven't put what the special powers are here, so pick a color, and when it's time, you'll learn what your special power actually is. And the last 4 questions that you guys are going to need to think about while I'm doing some little bookkeeping is, question 1, what super cool clothing of your rad color do you wear? Maybe you guys all wear Speedos, I don't know. Number 2, which of your fellow Raycats are you the most tight with? Number 3, what are your job duties on the mobile command vehicle? So, like any good 80s cartoon crew, you guys have a vehicle of some sort that you travel around in, whether it's a Ninja Turtles van or, a pirate ship or a spaceship. I don't know, but you guys are going to tell me what your mobile command center is and what your job is going to be on that mobile command center. And lastly, when you use your limit break and tap into your rad energy, what is your catchphrase? What do you exclaim when you do that? So I'll give you guys a minute to think of that. In the meantime, I'm going to assign the tokens that you guys have chosen. So let's start with Nina. Which one of these 16 cats are calling to you?
I am gonna go with they all look so funny to me.
They are funny. I picked fun ones.
Yeah. Paralysis. Oh, the wizard. The cat wizard.
Cat wizard it is. Boom.
Sweet.
Boom. Nina's cat. Oh, and have you given yourself a name yet?
Yes.
What is your cat's name?
My cat's name is Adele Grande.
Adele Grande. Very
Yeah, Adele Grande, named after 2 great women.
Very nice. And you should be able to type that into the top form where it says Nina's cat. You can just fill the name for your cat and it'll carry over to your token.
Either
Sweet.
that or my Taco Bell order from last night.
And then, so I can see based on your character sheet, you've chosen a timid historian, and your rad color is yellow.
Yes, that's me. I'd love to get into my character in a bit.
Do we need to choose a number too, Steve?
Yes, I will get to that in 1 second when I talk about how the mechanics of this works. Okay, perfect. So that is Adele Grande. Adele Grande. Okay, I missed that.
What clothing are you wearing, Adele? That's yellow.
That's yellow. I have a scarf that's pretty much like a Gryffindor scarf. So it's yellow and brown.
Okay.
But over
Adele.
that, since she's a huge fan of the 21st century, California specifically, she's wearing, no, not California, Hawaii. She's
Okay.
wearing a Hawaiian shirt underneath, like, a tank top.
Very nice. Very nice. I like it. All right, let's move on to the next cat in our order. That is going to be Rick.
All right. So, Hal Moewind is going to be an impulsive investigator. And his color is purple, and he walks around with a lab coat. Got his Thomas guide stuck in the left-hand side of it. It's one of those mini ones he flips over several times.
Very nice. And I believe you mentioned picking the bottom left cat. Is that correct?
Yep, that is correct. To match my beautiful background.
Sweet.
Oh yeah, it does match your background, doesn't it? And I don't see your character sheet filled out. So do you have your personality, role, and color?
I didn't fill it in until I said it.
Okay, so go ahead and just fill that in so we have a reference for it. But look how cool Founder is, right? As Rick types it in, it just instantly appears even on my side. It keeps it all in sync. That is awesome. And so your lab coat is purple. Is that what you said?
Yep.
Very nice. Okay, I'm updating your names on the overlay. So bear with me for a second. Oh, your name's too big. It doesn't fit.
You can just call me Hal.
How?
Thanks. That's perfect.
There we go. Perfect. Okay. So let's move down the line to Mike.
Okay, well, I had timid, so somebody took that. I had no 2, so I will go with curious.
And what is your cat's name?
My cat's name is Gingerton.
Okay. Gingerton.
Gingerton, get it? Ginger. I'm an orange cat.
Okay. With your orange face on your camera. Okay.
Yeah.
And so you are a curious gearhead and you glow orange with radiation. So,
Right.
What token do you think best represents Gingerton?
The far right, second one down. My orange little cat there.
Okay. Yes,
My
I can
buff
see.
muscles for my gearhead.
Yes, I can see that one. That makes perfect sense. Okay, let's just make sure that that is all set up. Gingerton. Boom. There we
What's
go.
your,
Gingerton.
Personality gonna be there, Richard.
Yes, Richard. Why don't you tell us about your cat, Richard?
All right. I'm going to be playing a mischievous, because I had curious first. I'll play a mischievous mystic,
Ooh, say that 3 times.
and my color will be blue. And
Okay.
he's wearing a kind of cut off, ripped button-up shirt that's unbuttoned, cargo shorts, those like sports reflective glasses, and a bright blue bow tie.
Okay.
Very cool.
Very fun.
And his name is Purlin McMuffins.
And which token best represents Purlin?
I think I'm gonna have to go with top row, right in the middle, number 3.
All right, that's the same one I picked for my cat. I like it. And did we? Maybe I don't remember. For Gingerton, what was your orange clothing that you were wearing?
Oh, we didn't talk about it. I guess if I go with my token, I'm going to say it's my orange Speedos. That fits my token.
Okay, nice bright orange Speedos, just like a
Speedos.
1980s wrestler. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
I am Arnold the cat.
All right, so
Matches
the
your
mix.
fur.
I bet you Gingerton used to be a lifeguard.
Hey, yep.
Still is.
Oh.
So, I mean, actually, technically, you're all lifeguards. You're just guarding the rad zone.
Totally.
So, let's switch it up and go backwards down the list this time. So, we've answered our super cool clothing, but which of your Raycats are you most tight with? So, let's start with Purlin. Purlin, which of your allies are you tightest with?
I'm gonna say Gingerton.
Okay. Is there a specific reason in mind?
No, I just like messing with him.
Perfect.
They hang out at the beach all the time.
The beach is just one big litter box for you guys.
Yeah.
All right. Gingerton.
Well, I'm going to say Purlin is my buddy because he's so cool, man. I look at him and I just want to be cool like him. Look at his glasses, look at his clothes.
Very nice. All right. How about Hal Moewind?
I mean, Adele Grande. She doesn't walk around with as much lotion on, like suntan lotion, so the litter box sand doesn't get stuck to her, so it won't get on me.
Oh, perfect. Perfect. And last but not least, Adele Grande.
Hal, of course, even though I don't speak much, I'm pretty much just behind him all the time, just following. I'm glad he doesn't mind that I don't wear as much suntan lotion because I'm definitely getting sunburned a lot.
Okay. And now let's do our job duties on the mobile command center. So, Adele, what is your job duty?
I would be the one who'll be in charge of like looking at resources, especially carbon dating. If there's anything that isn't recent to our time right now and it has to be looked up on, Google doesn't work anymore. So we actually have to use books again. And I
Did
don't
Google
like it.
ever exist? I mean, you just, in canon, in our world, Google did still exist, even though, you know,
Yeah,
nuclear
but the
race
internet
happened in
It's a
fell.
myth. It's a myth.
The
Google
internet
never
fell.
existed.
Right? I
Right.
mean, the theory sounds amazing, although I've never seen any evidence of that, sadly.
I mean, of course it fell. How can you make a net that big going all over the world?
Exactly, right? These humans.
You guys have implemented a series of tubes in this version of the internet.
Yes. Just don't clog the tubes.
You don't want to clog them.
No.
Hal Moewind, what is your job duty on the mobile command vehicle?
Not only is he the translator for the group, he is the navigator, and he has his catalog is this pocket-sized Thomas guide that he turn left. No, I meant right.
Okay. Perfect. All right, coming down the line to Gingerton. Gingerton, what's your job on the mobile command vehicle?
My job is to keep it running, keep the engine going and the wheels turning and get us where we need to go.
Makes sense as the gearhead. All right, well, Purlin, can you tell us what your job on the mobile command center is?
I mean, someone's got to do it, right, man? I'm the driver.
I was going to say, if no one's the driver, then we got to figure that out.
Sometimes, though, you just got to let go of the wheel and see where the road takes you.
Oh my goodness.
I forgot to use my voice earlier. Okay, I'm gonna use it later.
You got your cat voice on?
Like, Hal might say, like, we need to go here, but, you know, do we really need to go there, or do we need to go where the road's telling us to go? You know?
Oh, man. We're never going to get anywhere tonight. All right, last question. Purlin, what do you exclaim when you use your limit break?
So, one thing about Purlin, when, you know, they're not on duty, right? He really likes cooking pastry, right? He loves pastries, pastry dough, that flaky crust, right? So, whenever he glows blue and is about to, like, you know, go on that limit break, he yells out, "By the power of Crisco!"
Oh, there he goes again.
There we go. There we go. All right, awesome. Let's move on to Gingerton.
All right, well, Gingerton, when he gets pushed to his limit, he yells out, "Don't pussy out!"
There we go. There we go. All right, keep it rolling, Hal.
I think Hal would probably say, let's get the right of it, as he's trying to tell us directions. So we constantly turn right, but that's not the way he wants to go.
Right again.
And Adele.
As much of a nerd she is with history, her catchphrase when she reaches her limit break is, "The time is meow."
Oh, nice.
Not bad, not bad. Okay.
That's not bad at all.
Very nice, very nice. So we have a good look, at least a general idea about our characters and what they do and how it all comes together. I could close my eyes and actually imagine this as an animated series.
I mean,
But-
did you see Samurai Pizza Cats? That was pretty crazy.
Yeah, it's not that far off. This is a possibility.
Hey,
So
we'll get our own cartoon.
yeah, maybe. So at this point, I'm going to talk actual game mechanics because everything up to this point has been mostly just silliness. The last thing you guys have to pick on your character sheets is your number. Okay, so this game is driven by a very simple mechanic, right? It's a simple game, simple mechanic, and it's called the Raycats roll. You're going to pick a number between 2 and 5 that represents how balanced your character is on one axis or another. If you're rolling with Ray, that means you're rolling with logic, and you're rolling. Let me look at what. Just put the PDF real quick so I can make sure I get this right. If you're rolling with Ray, you're using science and reason. If that's what you are trying to do, you're going to want to roll under the number you've chosen. So in that case, if you want to be more logical, more reason-based, you would have a higher number. So it's easier to roll under. If you're rolling with cats, that means you're rolling with intuition and passion. And in that case, you want to roll over your number. So if you're more of a passionate or an intuition-based cat, Raycat, you're going to want a lower number, so it's easier to roll over. You can go, the highest extreme you can go is 2 and 5. You can't pick 1 or 6 as your number.
0.
When you make a roll, typically you're going to roll with 1 dice. If you roll, if you succeed on whatever type of roll you're doing, then with 1 success, it'll barely succeed, but it'll inflict some sort of complication on the situation. If you are an expert in something based on your role or your personality type or something to that effect, then you could get like a second dice when you roll, and then you could potentially get 2 successes, and 2 successes means you do whatever you're doing well. Good job. And in some extreme cases, you might be able to roll extra dice, such as if you've prepared for a situation, something specifically that's going to happen, then you can prepare, and when that situation happens, you get an extra dice to roll. So up to 3, right? If you're prepared and an expert, you're getting 3 dice on the roll. If all 3 dice succeed, you get a critical success. You tell the GM how you show off, and the GM tells you how it gives you an ongoing edge. But on the converse side, we have failures, because not always will you succeed. So if, for some sad reason, you fail a roll, I will ask you as the player to tell me how what you're attempting to do goes wrong. And then, as the evil GM I am, I will twist the knife and tell you how it gets worse. And that'll dictate the flow of the game. Whenever there's fun rolls, that's what we're going to do, and that's how it's going to come. There is the capability of rolling, helping someone. So in narratively, you might help someone try to do something, especially if you're like best friends with one of your people. I would probably say that you're probably an expert at helping your buddy, right? In that case, you tell me how you're helping your ally, and you can make a roll. And if your roll succeeds, you can give them extra dice on their roll as well. But, make sure it narratively fits in the silly story we're telling, and we'll see how it goes. Now, the only last thing I haven't said, because this is kind of a fun mechanic, is the Raycats mechanic. So you have a specific number, right? If you roll your number, you score what's called Raycats. Raycats count as a success. So if your number is a 4 and you roll a 4, it's a success. But in addition to, whatever successes or failures you get on the roll, you also get to ask the GM any question as to what's going on in the situation, and the GM has to answer you honestly. And it gives some good suggestions for rules or questions you might ask, such as, how do they really feel? What happened here? What's the best way to get what I want? Who's responsible? What's the best way in, etc., etc. But any question you can ask in the moment, you get like some kind of super insight just because you rolled Raycats and you're awesome.
Raycats.
Raycats.
So,
Are we awesome or possum?
Possum. So that's how the game works. So there is a story that you're supposed to roll to come up with what the story is going to be. That's a GM thing to do. So I've rolled what our story is going to be for today's session. But I haven't, if you're sitting down, you just roll a couple of 6-sided dice and it says, here's your story beat, here's the application, here's what they're trying to do, here's the setting. It's fun. So you don't have to prep anything. You just tell the story as you go. Me being the planning type of person that I am, I like to have the information ahead of time so I can get my brain going a little bit. So I cheated and rolled ahead of time, but that's fine. But there is one last thing that we need to do as players here, and that is to figure out some more information about our mobile command vehicle. So,
Vroom.
yes, I have a sheet here that talks about your vehicle will have 2 strengths and 1 problem or weakness. So what I would like to see from you guys is I need 3 of you to roll a d6. The first 3 d6s I see will dictate what your vehicle strengths are and your vehicle weaknesses. So I got a 5 and a 6 for strengths, and now I need the weakness. A 1. All right.
That's
So,
perfect.
what are our vehicle strengths? On a 5, you guys, your vehicle has a well-stocked arsenal of small arms.
Wow.
So you guys are packed with weaponry. So any sort of weaponry you might need in this adventure, there's probably a spot for it there on the vehicle somewhere.
You talking about Gingerton?
He's got anything in that Speedo. He can pull anything he wants out of it. And for 6,
folding.
well, we're going with the theme here. You got heavy armor plating. So you guys, despite being this fun-loving group of cats, have made this death machine with heavy armor plating and a freaking arsenal inside. Yeah,
True.
that's
How did we get put in charge of this is beyond.
Yep. And now here's the drawback of your vehicle. On a 1, your vehicle has extremely high energy consumption. Probably because you're weighing it down with all this armor and weaponry.
This isn't great for the environment.
No, it is not great for the environment.
No.
And so you guys are constantly basically running. I mean, we don't know how the compilation is going to come up in the story, but I imagine you guys will probably run out of gas in the most inopportune times and be forced to figure out how to fill your gas tank because, yeah, your energy consumption goes through the roof. So that's our vehicle. Now I want to take just a moment to talk about our vehicle. So we've referenced it in a sort of abstract way. And we know that you guys have jobs on the vehicle. But what we haven't talked about is the specifics as to what your vehicle is. So guys, what sort of vehicle do you imagine we're talking about when we're talking about a mobile command center? Knowing that it has an arsenal, heavy plating, and high energy consumption.
You know, Purlin, somebody said when we got into this job that we were going to get to borrow Michael's car. Is that true? You know, his car, the black one, calls it Kit.
I don't know. I don't think we could fit all of those guns in there.
Yeah,
and I'm pretty sure you can't drive that during the day.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
that's why they're always at night.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So, any other ideas for vehicles?
Well, I've heard this. There's this saying that humans used to have is that, another cat's trash is another cat's treasure, right? And we took that a little bit literally, and we drive a converted trash truck.
Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
I'll go for that.
Makes
I like
a
that.
lot of sense.
Fit the image of what we've come up with, right? Heavy armor plating,
Yeah.
plenty of room, terrible gas consumption.
Yep.
All right. Well,
There's spikes on the wheels just to get into the theme of it.
so what I'm going to say is this battlefield here, this open, empty canvas is your guys' love letter. As a group, collaboratively, I'm going to give you guys 60 seconds to draw a trash truck with any of the sort of awesome features you'd like to see in it.
How do you draw?
There's a pencil on the left. Do you see the pencil?
No pencil.
Oh, you guys don't have access to it?
Doesn't
Man, we
look
might have
like
to scrap this then.
it. But
Yeah, just put a trash truck in there, man. Good enough.
Though you actually got a good trash truck going there, Hal.
that was Purlin.
Oh,
Okay.
Purlin, that's right. It's blue. Good call. Let's use the template drawing tools to make our trash truck. And talk me through it, guys. What sort of features are in this vehicle?
How do you move the circle?
I think you can.
Click and drag the
Oh, okay.
explosion.
Oh, yeah, I see it. Look at this. We're working through the tools. We're making an awesome trash truck.
Our headlights.
Oh, lost all my notes.
Looking at the character sheets, the only I see 2 cats that have chosen a number 4.
Ooh, that's right,
I see Adele and Hal still have 0s on their sheet. I don't know, Link.
with
I
2.
think that's what you're supposed to do, which is force your players to reload mid-session, of course. Especially when you're streaming. You know what, guys? I am absolutely impressed with this vehicle you guys are putting together. Look at this. I can see it. It's got armor-plated wheels and a satellite dish on top. Or turrets. I am
Satellite dish.
I am in
We're so creative. I'm
Impressed.
so proud of us.
I am 100% impressed after seeing the lack of the actual drawing tools and not getting access to the pencil tool. You guys have done amazing. That's awesome.
Probably actually better than if we had the pencil tool.
Imagine if we
That
had.
is awesome.
I think you're right.
But we don't have windows.
We don't need windows.
We don't need windows where we're
Where
going.
we're going, we don't need roads.
Purlin's like, I just drive on feel, man. Like,
Exactly.
put your head out the window every once in a while. All right. I think our vehicles come along nicely, and I think we're probably ready to jump into this week's episode, the pilot episode of Raycats. And see if maybe the networks are going to pick us up. So, here's
Start a
where,
Kickstarter.
here's where our story begins.
That was good.
Yeah, I'm just going to take one last look at this awesome vehicle. The tires, the armor plating. What are the circles on the front?
Headlights.
Headlights. Okay, you got a very bright headlight that might come into play.
There's like those truck lights on the top. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is the purple rectangle near the headlights?
That's the window.
That's the window.
That's the window so you can see out. Okay.
Our window is by the engine.
Awesome. Okay, so the camera fades in a bright, colorful, California desert. Beautiful day, nice orange skies. The smog is not very thick. You can actually see a bit of that sun coming through on your furs. I imagine Gingerton's outside sunbathing, slathered up in oil like usual. The camera pans over and we can see that we're just outside of a town called Beatty, Nevada. And the little sign has the little, sign placard in a little archway, and it says the gateway to Death Valley. And, as the camera kind of pans from that off away from the town, we see set in the hills, foothills not too far away, a mountain fortress, if you will. And our camera zooms close to it, and we push into this mountain fortress, and on the outside you see in bright, colorful rainbow letters, Raycats HQ. No subtlety here. You guys are just putting it all out there. So, as we push in, I would like for you guys to tell me what your character would be doing in their leisure time here at Raycats HQ. Because keep in mind, you guys are guardians of the Rad Zone. Your job is to protect the nearby Rad Zone from any intrusion. But in the hundreds of years that you guys have been doing this, in the multiple generations, not your generation, but all the generations that came before you, there's never once been anybody that's gone into the Rad Zone. So 99% of your time is spent goofing around and having fun, and 1% is training for if something happens. But after many generations, I can imagine it starts to get a little slacky around here. So, let's start with Hal. Hal, what is Hal Moewind doing here in HQ?
Hal would probably be walking around and checking the books, making sure all they're in order, and you every time he opens up a map, he turns it and, is this north? Is this east? And then he would fold it back up and then just go inspect the vehicle and come back and say to Adele, I know, I know that you don't like to talk very much, but I hear you singing from time to time. You should, it helps me concentrate. You should sing more often. It sounds great.
I think you're kidding. I'm not
No.
really. No.
Not kidding.
No, I'd rather not. I'd rather not. No.
Okay. Well, I got to get back to calibrating this
Do you need any
this
help?
satellite dish.
Do you need any help?
You want to hold the satellite dish, and we can just aim it the right place?
Like this?
Yep.
All
Just
right.
hum a little bit. If you can hum, it'll help me. Okay, here we go. A little to the left,
Okay.
a little to the right.
That's where we started.
Okay, that's perfect.
Okay.
All right.
But what are you doing? Is this for the mission?
No, I just want to make sure it's ready when we're ready to go.
Right.
That's all. I can't be too prepared. I'll be right back. And he just
What do you
walks
want me
off.
to do with the satellite dish?
So Hal leaves Adele here holding the Catalite dish. And what is it you do, or what is it? Can we see what Adele was doing before you were, interrupted?
I was I was sifting through a bin of old iPods, so the iPod Nanos and the iPhones that were left to dust over the years and not recycled properly or electronically trashed properly. Yeah, since I'm a cat, it's this big. And then I would every once in a while I would try and actually ask either, because it's mystifying to Adele. Adele would have probably went to Purlin and asked, Purlin, I don't know,
Yeah.
do you know what this is? It's a silver box. I've read it's in a magazine that before they used to communicate with it. Isn't that? It's unbelievable.
I think it was more like metaphorically, right? Like you communicate with your inner self. See, like you look at it and you see yourself, and you talk with yourself.
But that goes against everything that I found in the literature. It says that they used it. It's called an iPhone. They
Right
didn't have
there,
these-
right? iPhone. Who are you phoning? Yourself.
Why would I have to phone myself, though, if I want to talk to you?
What, can't tell me why you need to talk with yourself. That's a question you gotta ask right?
That's. I could see some
Good
of
talk,
the sense.
good talk.
Right.
He just walks away.
Very nice.
Poor Adele, who just walks away from her.
So everyone just walked away from Adele, leaving Adele holding the
And
Catalite
then
dish.
that's when I go to Hal.
Yeah, but the camera follows Purlin back as he goes on his way. So let's follow Purlin. What is Purlin doing around here?
Goes to the kitchens, starts just grabbing all sorts of ingredients, and starts baking pastries. Just not cleaning up at all after himself, just making a huge mess. You see him kind of look around for a moment, and he pulls a little bag out, and some of the pastries, he adds some of that ingredient into that pastries. And then when they're done, he stuffs his cargo shorts with the pastries.
Okay. So we see Purlin
And then
cooking his special ingredients. Okay.
after that, when he's done, leaving the mess in the kitchen, he gets a big smile on his face, grabs the tub of Crisco, and goes to find Gingerton's tools.
So
And
we
I'm going
see
to put a layer of Crisco all over Gingerton's hand tools.
awesome. So we see Purlin sort of giving a nice Crisco lather to Gingerton's tools, and the camera pans away from that, and we see it looking for Gingerton here in the HQ. So what would Gingerton be doing at this moment that his tools are getting Criscoed?
Gingerton is constantly reading books. He's looking at our trash truck and trying to find ways to better it. Just constantly looking at how he can make this thing better armored, making it so it, better energy. That's what he'd be doing, as well as he's pretty curious. So he walks over to Purlin. Hey, Purlin.
What's up, Gingy?
Dude, I don't know what's going on, man. But every time I go to use my tools, like I can't hold them. Everything keeps slipping out.
What? The
I don't know
human
if
got
my
your paws,
hands-
bro?
I
The
don't know
human
if
got
my-
your paws? You gotta hold on to those, man.
I know. I don't know what's going on, man. Hey, do you got any of those muffins? You got to teach me how to cook those sometime, man.
Alright, bro. I put half as much nip in these as last time because you were too far gone, bro. So I would say, like, eat half of this and then see how you feel, okay?
Okay.
Alright.
Cool, man. But yeah, I really want
And
you to teach me how
don't
to
use
make
the
them.
power tools when you're nipping, bro. Alright?
Oh, okay.
Good talk.
Thanks, man.
So we see like Purlin like hiding the Crisco bottle behind his back the whole conversation, right? So he doesn't know that the tool's being Crisco. And it's right around this point. And actually, for the we had a redemption in chat for stretch, and it was specifically requested that we do big kitty cat stretches. So the whole cast, let's give kitty cat stretches, like arched back, tongue out. You know how cats do it, like. Yeah, you know how the cat. Yeah. And in this moment, you guys are all interrupted by a blaring noise, like a buzzer going, beep, 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 and you see these lights that no one has ever noticed existed before this moment, and it's a flashing red. It's not even like a flashing light. It's one of those like red siren lights that spin. And there's like a large flashing sign next to it that's like made out of like letters with individual light bulbs. So it's like 30 light bulbs to spell this out. And it says, Rad Zone in danger. And we see Purlin and Gingerton look at each other kind of confused.
What's going on? What did you put? Oh man, I only ate half this muffin, but I'm seeing lights over there. What's going on?
I didn't even eat any yet, man.
Are you seeing it too? Is it real?
I think so. Did that say Rad Zone in danger?
What it says.
We cut back to like Adele and Hal on the other side, possibly being more like on the ball. But what are you guys doing? You see this light flashing, Rad Zone in danger. How do you guys respond?
Should we do something?
Let me consult my catalog.
Let me put this out.
I don't
Is
know
there
what we're
anyone?
supposed to do, but
What?
is that baking dough on the kitchen counter? I'm gonna go look at that.
Wait, hang on. I think it says danger. It says the Red Zone's in danger.
Now, if there's one person who might know what's going on around here, because you guys have never seen action in all of your years, it might be a figure we haven't seen this episode yet, which is your guys' master. Because you do have an older, grizzled veteran master that kind of taught you the ways. And in this case, your master is Amelia Earhart, an older, grizzled sort of cat leader. And she has a room where she never wants to be bothered at the top of HQ.
Well, maybe we should go ask Amelia.
No, she's so scary.
She's not half as scary. You should sing to her. You sing pretty good. We should go check that out. But I think I need to. What is this stuff on the?
Be careful. You know.
Is there?
Purlin. Purlin always does some weird. Don't you get dizzy whenever you eat his like muffins or the cookies?
By the way, I ran out of
here?
baking sheets, baking paper, so I've used some of the maps.
Perfect.
That's fucking awesome.
And I think
Gingerton
and Purlin, you guys are all in the kitchen at the same time.
Oh, Hal Grande, what's up?
The thing is running.
Hi guys. Hey guys, did you guys see that out there, guys?
Hal had a brilliant idea to maybe bring it up to Amelia.
She can get a little catty.
I mean, she's very scary. But maybe we should. It could be that the red zone really is in danger.
No.
Did you put anything in this baking stuff there, Purlin?
Only love, brother. Only love.
Because I'm feeling pretty fine right now, but what was I doing?
Wait, which did you eat the tray that was from North Dakota, or did you eat the Oregon ones?
Well, there was nothing in North Dakota, so definitely the Oregon.
How many paws am I holding up?
You'll be fine.
2 paws.
No. Yes. You're holding 2 paws.
I think we should go. Let's go see. Let's go see what she has to say.
All right, let's go, guys.
Ginger,
Come
do you
on.
want to cover yourself up maybe a little bit?
What's wrong?
He looks
You're
fabulous.
just the speedo. I know, but remember the last time that Amelia saw him like this, I don't know if she was attracted or she was distracted or something. It really affected her.
Oh, well, I would, but I don't know what's going on, man. Everything's slippery. Anything I touch something, I just can't hold it. So,
It's because he wears all that lotion.
oh, is
That's
that what it
true.
is? Oh. All right. Well,
good talk. Good talk.
I put on an apron. Is this okay?
Yes.
Do you like the
Yes.
apron?
That's better than just the speedo.
Okay. Can
I
you
feel
tie
like you
it?
put it
Can
on
you-
the wrong way, though.
Yeah, I tie it in the front. Let's go.
So you make the trek up the long staircase to Amelia's room, and I think there's a moment where everyone stops and looks at each other, and no one wants to be the person who knocks, right? I mean, who's
Not
going to be
it.
the brave one?
I mean, I feel like Purlin kind of like gets in trouble a lot, so he has a kind of like laissez-faire attitude with it. Like,
Okay.
someone who's always at the principal's office kind of like has that personal relationship with them.
Yep. Gingerton pushes him
Yeah.
up. I'm pushing on him like, go, dude.
I'll knock
go.
on the door and be like, "Oh, my heart, I'm here."
Come in. I've been calling you guys for like 15 minutes. What's going on? And as you open the door,
there's this loud, like, I don't know, like alarm going. We can't really hear that well.
yeah, inside the room you can see that Amelia has like a console with like an alert button, and she's sitting here like hammering on the button, like emergency come now, like bright red letters on the console. And she's like, "We trained on this for like 3 years."
Oh, were you the one that was pushing the button? We didn't know where that was coming from.
I
Like-
knew it was part of the fire drill.
Buries her paw in her face
Oh.
in disgust.
See, it was just boss lady.
It's
There's
a-
no
oh,
danger.
It's a drill. Oh, we're doing a drill again. Oh, we haven't done a
You
drill like in
idiots.
about 2 years.
You take a look at this. And she pushes over like a bright neon pink flyer of some sort to your hand, Purlin. And she
Are we going to a party?
basically, because what she says is like, we received this in the mail. It's a flyer from the Atomic Brotherhood with a big rally in town this afternoon.
Mhm.
Live concert, free t-shirts, and look at the promise at the very bottom. And the camera zooms in through Purlin's eyes, and it's like an asterisk, and big bold letters at the bottom. It's like, a promise that today will be the end of the world, with a smiley face.
Oh man, those Atomic Brothers are such downers, man.
Dude, I think you should give them some of your muffins. If you give some of your muffins, man, maybe they'll be
Next
be
nail
cool.
on the muffin's nail.
Oh, I forgot. Sorry, dude.
Just say.
They're having a party. There's free t-shirts. Should
No.
get one.
You idiots, the last part's the important thing. The end of the world, the Atomic Brotherhood. our arch enemies, the thing we've been training to fight every day for the last 15 years.
Let me see that
Blank
flyer,
looks on
if you
everyone's
would.
faces.
Yeah,
let me see
sure.
the flyer. I'll open the flyer and turn it back around. What's so big about an asterisk?
No, it's not the asterisk. It's what the asterisk. Listen, this could absolutely be a catastrophe in the making. We have to make sure it doesn't get out of hand. I need you guys to head into town and just keep an eye on things and figure out what they're up to.
Can we borrow your Ferrari?
Is the Ferrari code for that monstrous vehicle? No, you can't drive my Ferrari. Drive your own vehicle.
Okay.
Does that mean we are getting T-shirts? Because I kind of want a T-shirt.
Her eyes are drifting over to Gingerton's like flexing pec muscles, glowing with Crisco.
You like
No,
my
no, no.
apron?
T-shirts are
Sam,
not necessary.
Do you like my apron?
I do. And then you see her for a second. She like stops and she goes and like throws up a hairball right in the middle, like right at your feet, Purlin.
Someone clip that.
And then goes right back to talking like she's like goes like she was distracted. She forgot what she was saying to you guys as she starts like looking at like pretty pictures of like space ships and stuff on her walls. And she like kind of looks and then turns and looks at you guys and gets kind of confused and says, "Well, what are you lot still doing here? Did I sit on the button again?"
No, you were gonna give us the Ferrari.
I was?
Yes.
Oh. Okay, here. And hands over like Ferrari keys.
And then I'd look back to Hal with like a huge.
It's a Ferrari.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Ferrari.
I don't think we can all fit in that there, Purlin. Maybe we should like park this in the back of the truck, just in case we need to get a quick getaway.
Keep the keys for later. Keep the keys for later.
Oh, okay. Oh, because we go to a party. If we go to a party, we'd have to investigate what's going on at the party, right? Maybe we can investigate some,
Yeah, we could park the Ferrari in the back of the Beast, right?
You can probably. I'll help guide you, like those.
Should we be quiet when we look into the party?
Oh, then no one will notice us. You can't.
Amelia has like sat on the ground and put her leg up and is just like licking her butthole now.
Wouldn't this be considered one of the espionage missions that we've always been training about?
Oh, I thought we were going to a party. Either way,
Party.
I'm good.
All right,
You
let's
might
go.
fit in.
Yeah, so what do you guys want to do?
Well, I think we're gonna go to a party, man. Let's go.
As you guys are all like leaving, right? The last thing Amelia says as she like stops licking her butthole for 1 second just to yell after you, which is, "Remember, never go into the rad zone."
Go into the. Okay.
And the door closes.
She really needs to take more of her medications.
I think Purlin. I think she got into the muffins, dude. There's no way. Can't leave those laying around there.
Maybe
I
you're
changed my silk scarf, my usually wool scarf to a silk scarf
Oh, looks
for
nice.
this party. Oh, thank
All right,
you,
man.
Ginger.
I think she said let's go. She said to go in the red zone. Let's go.
But maybe we should
I
really
think we
look
should go
at
to
the
the party
first.
first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's go to the party.
It's up to you guys. You tell me what to do. But at this point, I want to stop and ask you guys a very serious question. It's not serious at all, actually. You just have learned that this flyer is from the Atomic Brotherhood, which is apparently your guys' arch nemesis group that you guys have been training to fight. I want each of you to tell me one fact about the Atomic Brotherhood that you know for sure, beyond a shadow of a doubt, is true. Let's start with Adele.
You know that they take baths every day. It's disgusting.
That is pretty disgusting.
They couldn't even clean themselves. They have to do other things for it, like a shower. But they know that you could just lick yourself and you're fine.
Okay. Gingerton, what is it that you know about the Atomic Brotherhood?
I know that when they take baths, they instead of cleaning themselves, they lick each other's buttholes.
Okay. Okay, Gingerton. Let's keep that momentum swinging right to Purlin. Purlin, what do you know about the Atomic Brotherhood?
Do we need to know anything else?
Well,
I don't think I want to go to this party anymore. I don't want to be licking buttholes either.
They all dye their fur this terrible bright orange.
Disgusting.
okay.
Hey man, what's wrong with orange?
No,
Orange is
I like
cool.
your orange, Gingerton. Yours is like this nice, like natural, like like deep orange, like a sunset, right?
Okay.
Theirs is like bright orange, like a really bad fake tan.
Oh, I got you.
Got it. All right, and Hal, what do you know about the Atomic Brotherhood? Because you're the voice of reason here, right?
Oh, okay. Woo. After that description, they have to be orangutans.
Okay. There we go. Perfect. They are orangutans.
Orange orangutan.
Nice.
So they
Lick
are
each other's buttholes.
they are
When they
orangutans
shower.
who take baths every day, and while they bathe, they lick each other's buttholes. They dye their fur a bright orange, and in my mind, that means these baths are maybe like a orange dye bath that they use to keep their fur orange, right?
Mhm.
Why they lick each other's buttholes. And then they're orangutans. They're not cats. They're not any other type of animal, but they are orangutans, which would be pretty dangerous in a post-human world. They're pretty alpha
Little
creatures,
thumbs, man.
right? Yeah, they got thumbs. That's gonna be the trick, right? Awesome. So now these Atomic Brotherhood orangutans are throwing a bath orgy party in the town of Beatty, Nevada, the gateway to Death Valley. But I turn it over to you. Where does our next scene go to? I mean, I imagine there's like a thing where you all run to the garage. You're eyeing
We
the
prep the
the
beast.
Ferrari wistfully.
Does the Ferrari fit in the back of the beast?
Now, not gracefully, but I think we could try to secure the Ferrari to the beast.
We can tow it.
Ginger can figure something out.
Yeah, we can.
I-
I can put it on a tow hitch, and we can tow it, get close, and then we can drive in, so we look really cool when we drive into the party.
Couldn't you just put it in the basket?
Yeah.
You know, where the trash goes, you just put it in the basket, so it's like ready to go.
Yeah, that's true. You could lift it with the forks and just kind of.
You know what I'm gonna call this being the first roll of the campaign is how do we get this Ferrari mounted to this thing. So I guess you guys can tell me who's doing it. Is anyone helping? And what is the plan?
Oh, I'll be definitely helping, giving directions.
Okay.
I feel like Gingerton will be doing the mechanics on this, and I'll help by de-Criscoing his tools because I know the way to get Crisco off things. I'm pretty much just licking the Crisco.
Okay. Let's start with that roll. Purlin, you are going to roll. This is interesting. It's a help action. Is this more of a logical or a feelings thing? I'm going to say roll Ray, but since you're mischievous and you do this a lot, I'll let you roll as an expert.
Okay.
So this will be the first roll.
Yeah. Like I said, I know how to get Crisco off things.
You do it all the time, yeah. Okay, you rolled 2 3s, and what is your number?
2.
2. So you are not a very Ray-worthy cat, right? So you fail. So tell me how it goes wrong, Purlin. You're trying to get Crisco off the tools. It does not work. But what happens?
Well, it's somewhat like I'm trying to lick the Crisco off, right? But it's just kind of like spreading it more on the tools, and now it's mixed with my saliva.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, it's just not working at all. I'm like, because I'm used to doing this off of like kitchen spoons and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But I can get like the whole. I gotta like lick the whole like the power tool, like the not the power tools, but like I'm not able to
the wrench.
do it the same way as a kitchen spoon.
So Here's how it goes worse. In the process of trying to de-Crisco these tools, you place your giant bottle of Crisco in the vehicle that you were trying to keep hidden from Gingerton, because you knew you might need it later, so you had to keep it somewhere in the safe. But your tail hits the Crisco bottle, which tips it over, and it covers your entire arsenal inside the vehicle. So now your entire arsenal is also covered in this Crisco that is slathered everywhere. And there's just this like loud bang bang and the rolling of the Crisco, like the little aluminum can. And you look around and you just realize you've completely made everything slippery inside the vehicle.
All right, we're good to go. I put the tools down and just walk up to the front.
What was that noise, Purlin?
So Hal, you can make
part of the alarm.
You can make the second roll, which is you are also going to be rolling with cats. Sorry, with Ray, and I think you're an expert in this because you are you are a investigator. Would you be an expert in this? I mean, you talk about how you have plans and doodads. If you think you are an expert in this, you roll with expert. Definitely not. You're muted. But
hey, does the cat got your tongue?
Definitely not passionate about, passionate about it. More Ray, I would imagine.
Yep.
And I think at this point, I'd be kind of directing Purlin to pull the forks up and get next to it, so Ginger can attach it.
Perfect. Give me that Ray roll. Well, you rolled 5 and a 4. What is your number, by the way?
3.
Okay. Well, it goes wrong. So you draw up the worst plans, you tell me how your plans go wrong with your planning.
Okay, so I would Purlin, lower the forks by about halfway from the top to the bottom, and then just come in at this a little bit of a 45-degree angle at about 15 miles an hour, and you'll be able to just hook it right in the windows and just pick it up that way. And
what?
Purlin goes.
Yeah, sure.
I'll tell you how it gets worse is that nobody thought to roll the windows down.
Yeah.
And so as the forklift goes through, shatter, right through the sides of this vintage classic car, all the windows shatter, and the entire inside is now covered in like shards of glass.
You good?
No!
So far no one's helped. Adele and Gingerton, do you guys want to try to help get this vehicle on the car? Or who's going to, right now we're just trying to help one person make the roll. So is Adele or Gingerton going to be doing the actual roll, I guess?
No, they said that Ginger would be, right?
I figured Gingerton were. So Adele,
Yep.
do you want to help in some way?
There's no way for me to help. I would know.
Okay, Gingerton, you are gonna give me, I would call you an expert in this, but you're gonna give me an expert Ray roll as well to just finalize everything and make sure that you got the Ferrari loaded, it's broken, the inside of your vehicle is covered in Crisco. You're gonna now secure it. Give me that roll.
That's my number. Isn't that 4 for 4? How's that a fair?
Raycats!
So a 4 is your Raycats number. So Raycats first time.
Raycats!
So that counts as a success. It is, a single success. So I will say that you succeed in getting it mounted. But given all of the previous failures and issues you had, I will say that this sort of complication is that this thing is hanging on by like the barest of bears. And any sort of like heavy jolt on this vehicle is going to dislodge this Ferrari. But you get to ask me any question you want, Gingerton, about the current situation, and I will tell you honestly what you...
Can it be like about the party and that stuff, or just what's going on right here now?
How does the Atomic Brothers buttholes taste?
I'll let you choose any question you want.
What's the best way to get into this party without being noticed?
Okay. Given your thoughts back, you have a moment of clarity where you think back about Beatty, Nevada, and the sort of locals and all of the animals. And, Raycats are not seen as very, welcome there. And every time you guys come around in your heavy vehicle, you get a lot of like eye rolls and like, oh, here comes those guys, you know. You're pretty sure that the best way to get in without notice would be to disguise your vehicle as part of the Atomic Brotherhood. So instead of having your bright Raycats head HQ and your team logo and all of that going on, just a little bit of, you know, subterfuge here would go a long way in getting in without anybody raising any eyebrows.
All right. Hey guys, so we got the Ferrari. It's, you know, the forks are through the window, so, you know, it's on. Just be very careful driving their Purlin. So hey, let's get some stuff and let's make our truck look to fit like the Atomic Brothers. So when we drive up there, they'll just think, hey, we're part of the crew. You know how they don't like us.
Maybe we can mix your suntan with Purlin's Crisco and then like slather it all over the truck.
Yeah. Well, that's how they do it, right? Maybe
Yeah,
we
of
can
course.
even put like a butthole on the side of our truck.
I think that's
Like
a secret
draw-
that they do, though.
Let me get you a ladder.
If I can climb out the ladder and I slip on the Crisco. Dude, I can't even climb ladders anymore. What's going on?
It's okay. You land on your feet.
So we smash cut from here with this plan, and in the next scene, we're in the middle of the desert rolling. Tell me, in the broadest of terms, how you guys have succeeded at making your vehicle look like the Atomic Brotherhood vehicle.
Adele would have done her best to copy the logo that's on the flyer
Sure, that's pretty smart.
by herself.
It's still
Yeah.
a giant armored arsenal carrying trash truck, but you guys are able to.
But
at
it's
least...
theirs.
Yes, that's the thing. You try to make it look like
It's
the Atomic Brotherhood.
their trash truck.
Exactly. And
With the
at-
Ferrari on the front with forks in it, man. Come on. That's good
On
shit
the
right
other
there.
side, Purlin is trying to also make the logo, but he's like trying to make like his own like abstract version with like the orange Crisco lotion. Doesn't look anything like it.
And as the vehicle is kind of plowing its way towards town, rumbling along, we get a shot of the town, and there's a park in the middle of this town. It's kind of become this town square of sorts, and we can see there's some tall trees and a lot more foliage and nature than you would expect in like a human settlement, but it's grown out of the ruins of this kind of human settlement. So there's like old gas stations and 7-Elevens and things of that nature, and the Atomic Inn have kind of been moved in by all these various animals. But we see now, congregated around the middle of the park, loud music's blaring, spotlights going, orangutans are swinging from tree to tree, and it sounds like there's a very intense rock concert going on. And as you guys approach the town, right, there's a lot of like the local police, the local town guards. Given your guys' awesome disguise, nobody even questions or notices you guys. They just kind of give you guys a wide berth and allow you to get as close to the center of the party as you want. And as you guys pull up close, there's like a loud like boom, a shot noise, and you see a giant t-shirt gun shooting a like rolled up t-shirt through the air, and some orangutan swinging from the bottom of the branch, reaching down and grabbing it and like cheering on.
Arlen,
Oh yeah, what?
I think we're coming to a party. So I was hoping if you maybe still have your
Crashes
liquid
into the
courage.
vehicle in front of him because he's distracted.
Uh-huh.
No, your liquid. Remember, you made a concoction before, and you called it liquid courage. I think I would benefit from that right now because I don't feel very comfortable knowing that we're gonna be going to a bunch of crowds.
Turn
Oh
left.
man, I what? What?
Sorry. I'm gonna ask Hal.
And
Hal.
I just hooked like a
Ah!
hard left.
All right, you hook a hard left over the curb and right in the middle of the park where the party's going on.
Oh no.
And you're rumbling right through the middle of this like intense concert, and people like jumping out of the way, and you hear bodies like bouncing off your thing. Luckily, you're not going too fast.
Yeah, I didn't know this was a BYOB party, so I didn't actually bring a bottle with me. Hold on, 1 second, and I'm gonna start going through my pockets and look down.
Dude, take the wheel. Somebody take the wheel.
Oh, sorry.
Bro, I got it.
Did you have
I
anything in
got
your
it. What?
speedo that could maybe inebriate me?
And I hook
When
a
we
hard
go
right.
into this party.
Without looking, I hook a hard right.
Oh no, I got it. Hal, just let me know while he's looking. Right?
Adele, can you please make me a Ray roll
Ray roll.
for controlling this this vehicle from crashing, because it's right now about to crash into the main concert stage.
That's a 3. My number is 4.
Perfect. So you barely
Success.
manage it. So
Nice.
so it's a success. You swerve. I think you slam on the brake. You tell me how you avoid hitting the concert stage.
With Hal right next to me, I'll just squeeze into.
I Weave the Tail. Sorry. We just got rated by Weave the Tail with the rating viewing party of 17. I know they ran Raycats just a couple weeks ago.
Raycats.
Awesome, Weave the Tail.
Yes.
So Adele, tell us how you managed to avoid. Sorry for interrupting, but tell us how you managed to avoid crashing into the stage with this awesome roll.
I'll crawl on top of Purlin, who's currently bent over looking for the alcohol, grab the wheel, look at Hal, ask for the directions, and then when I need to step on the brake, I'll kind of nudge Purlin so that he falls forward and then hits the brake for me.
Oh.
Thank you! I'm so sorry, but I couldn't reach the pedal.
What? Oh, we're here?
Yes!
So here's the complication on your success. You successfully avoid hitting the stage and creating a huge catastrophe, but now your van has driven through the center of the concert, right up against the stage, crashed through a lot of people, stopped. The entire concert has come to a screeching halt as every single person here, orangutans, dogs, cats, everyone is staring at you guys, and they're starting to throw food and boo you and scream move that damn vehicle.
This is my nightmare.
We gotta go a little bit further and turn left again so we can get around the back of the stage.
Yeah. Go,
Okay.
go,
All right.
go.
All right, let me hit the
Hurry,
gas.
go.
Okay,
Okay,
left.
calm down. Look. I'm the driver here. I appreciate it. All right, I got it.
Okay,
All right.
I'll go back to my cubby.
I don't have any liquid courage with me, but I got this pastry. Now here's a very important question. Okay, Grande?
Yeah.
Have you ever nipped before?
No. Unknowingly, I think. You always have them lying around in the kitchen.
There's a rapping on the
Right.
window of a nightstick as this giant
Oh.
orangutan in a police officer's uniform is knocking on your window and motioning for you to roll it down, like the old 80s style with the little crank hand.
Oh, it doesn't go down, bro. It doesn't go down. Anyway, so
Just
Adele, that stuff's better. That stuff's better than liquid courage.
he's standing right
You
behind
should
me.
try
you're
it.
gonna want to eat maybe this much. All right, Grande,
All right.
and then see how you feel before you
The-
eat any more.
The orangutan forcibly opens your door now, Purlin.
Whoa, bro.
Move this damn vehicle now!
Going. Man,
I eat the nip.
who licked your butthole?
What a butthole.
So as you pull around, the cop basically follows you around, right? And is walking, and you pull along the back of the stage. He stops and he goes, "License and registration, please."
Yeah.
You're gonna have to ask
Can't-
the guys, the stage manager. Find the stage manager. He's got all our credentials. We're just the tour bus. We're here for the
Yeah.
musicians.
How about Hal, you can make me a cat roll. This will be our first cat roll of the night, as you're rolling with passion to sort of, passionately persuade this guy away from the truth.
Here we go. Normal.
I think so. Do you think you would be an expert at lying
Nope.
to people? Okay, let's go with the normal roll.
6.
Yes.
A 6, that's a success. So So you succeed with a complication. So you tell me how you succeed.
I point to the back of the van and say, "See, we got all the extra gear back here. It's in Ginger's shorts, and we got to take it to the band for the next set. So, if you'll just let us through, I can get the manager as Ginger, carries the gear up for us."
If the singer doesn't get their pastries, man, they just start swinging wild. It's on their rider, man. They need their pastries.
So here's the complication, right? The cop does go to find the stage manager, but as he does, and he's like looking closely at your vehicle, he notices that you guys, this like logo for the Atomic Brotherhood that you put on the outside of your vehicle, it's like come kind of loose, and he stops for a second, and he like peels behind it, and he sees that you see that he notices you guys are actually Raycats. That's the complication here. But he doesn't say anything. He just continues on his way towards the stage manager, giving you guys a brief moment here to figure out what the hell was the plan.
Guys, he knows we're Raycats, man. Let's go. Hit the gas, man. Let's go. Let's get out of here.
Let's go look around. Oh, I didn't want the guard to hear me, but we should go look around and check things out.
You want to jump? We're gonna jump out of the vehicle, or we're gonna drive away?
Yeah. So I think at this moment, you guys are pulled around the back of the stage. You see now here on the back of the stage, it looks like there's a couple of orangutans that are riding on. They have a motorcycle and they have a sidecar, and you can see now that in the sidecar they've got a big drum of something with a radioactive logo printed on the outside. And it looks to be almost like a very cartoony version of a big clump of dynamite tied right to the top of it. And they lock eyes with you, and you lock eyes with them. And the orangutan pulls down his little like goggles and throttles it and starts taking off through town.
Follow him.
Let's go, guys.
After I'm gonna punch it.
Yep.
Okay. As Purlin, you're now involved in a sort of high-speed chase with these orangutans through the streets of Beatty, Nevada, and luckily for you, it's pretty empty because most people are at the party. But what is your strategy here? There's not a lot to dodge, people-wise. But what is your strategy to close this down and end this?
Strategy. Purlin doesn't know what strategy is. You know what? He's gonna roll the window down because the window totally does roll down. He lies to the car. Right? He's gonna stick his head out the window. Gonna close his eyes for a moment. Smell the air. Feel the wind. Open his eyes, but not really focus on anything. Just kind of let it all like unfocus, and just let his instincts take the wheel, man.
Jesus takes the wheel.
You know what? I'm actually persuaded in this moment to let you roll this as an expert cat roll. Because this is actually more or less how Purlin has probably practiced driving.
Mm-hmm.
And let's just see how.
And I'm gonna try to feel like instinctually where like the best way to like maybe like kind of cut through and cut them off,
Okay. Okay.
Yes.
So that's one success on 2 dice. So you barely manage it. So you tell me how it works out in your favor. You succeed. You're gonna cut them off, and you explain to me how you want it to go.
So yeah, I'm head out the window, feeling it, and I feel this gust of air, right? And I see that there's an opening down in an alley that cuts through, and there's less like clutter and stuff that they have to avoid on the main road, and this alley kind of just opens up, and I'm able to go down the alley and just gun it, and then cut them off that way.
Okay. So the rest of you guys watch like in horror as Purlin just does a random move and nobody knows what's going on, and then right at the end, like literally as you come out the end of the alley, they come across and T-bone the front of you. They stop. The orangutans fly over your hood, and the little like oil drum of radiation flies up in the air, and you watch as it like flies up, and it's like in slow-mo as everyone's watching, and it lands gingerly right on the hood of the Ferrari. and then the Ferrari bolt snaps and the whole Ferrari tumbles off the top and crashes into the alley behind you, and the little oil drum of the giant radiation oil drum clambers next to the ground, and a green liquid begins oozing out of it. And the orangutans,
got him.
The orangutans are looking pretty rough and beat up as well.
Would the green liquid be familiar to me after all the books and literature I've read?
Presumably. Why don't you give me an expert level Ray roll?
Ray
Let's
roll.
see how much book learning you've done.
Raycats.
That'll be.
Go.
Oh wow! My number is 4. Raycats.
Raycats!
Double Raycats. Raycats.
That's 2 success.
That's amazing. So awesome. Tell me, first of all, I guess you don't know what it is, right? But you can. I'll tell you this. You look at it. This is very obviously not actual radioactive liquid, right? For the Atomic Brotherhood, the actual use of radiation and radioactive material is like it's like religious to them. They like bathe in it. They worship the radiation. This is not that. This is fake radiation. And it comes to you in this moment as you look at the dynamite kit and the radiation and all of that. You start to realize, man, this is looking more and more like a setup, like a distraction. These people were not meant to actually blow anyone up. They were just meant to keep your attention off of whatever they're really up to. And now I'll let you ask me any 2 questions you want.
Wait, let me. Oh, okay. So before we started punching it and following them, would I have noticed like another car or something else going on the side before we got distracted with them that could have led to like what's really going on or their plot?
I think there's a little flashback as Purlin is like racing out the window and you're like looking at him like, what the hell's going on? Your ear picks up a conversation and there's an orangutan behind a tree behind the stage, and as you guys drive by, you hear like the yeah, they took the bait. We're gonna keep them tied up for another hour or so. You guys should be cleared to hit the rad zone.
Okay, I immediately say, this is not it, that's fake. Whatever it is in that barrel, that's not it. They were trying to distract us.
I don't know, that dynamite looks pretty serious.
No, Purlin, no, we just got distracted. We should go to the rad zone. I heard them. Yes, I heard them.
Yeah, but you know what your
heard
master says. You never go to the rad zone.
You heard my heart. We can't go to the rad zone.
Yes, but then they say the flyer just say that it's going to be the end of the world. And you know these orangutans. Who knows what they're going to do with the radiation? The t-shirt is not important right now, I think. Hal, what do you think? The flyer says the end of the world.
We could always drive back through the concert, and maybe you could like rip one off the shoulders as we go through on the way to the rad zone. I can help direct you through the crowd. You did pretty good last time.
Thank you, Hal.
Yeah, you just kind of you just go straight, and then either people avoid you or they don't.
I mean, they're
You
not
can
wrong.
grab your t-shirt and we'll put it inside Ginger's Speedo.
Are we going to leave the Ferrari here, or should we pick it back up and take it with us?
Oh man, I don't know if we got time for that, Ginger.
The Ferrari guy is like not in a drivable state.
All right, man, let's go. Let's get back to that party.
Those damn Atomic Brothers, man, they stole the Ferrari.
Wait,
They sent a cat burglar to get it, or a
that's what we'll tell
orangutan
Anne.
burglar.
Yep. So,
They were just monkeying around.
So I think the last thing we get here is a shot as you guys drive back through the park, backtracking your way through the concert again. Tell me, Purlin, how do you manage to snag a shirt while you're doing this?
I'm gonna try to see where they're shooting, where the people are shooting the shirts from, and just drive straight towards them.
So you manage to like drive right at them. They freak out and drop the t-shirt cannon and dive out of the way, which allows you to stop the car, reach out, pick up the shirt cannon, and just take it with you as you peel
I leave
off.
a pastry for them in the exchange. I'm like, thank you.
Fair enough.
Not one of the catnip ones.
And back through the family picnic and all the parents and they're shielding their children as the Raycats drive through. And I think as you drive through, the last bit of like Atomic Brotherhood paper flies off the side, and you're back to your Raycats beast of a vehicle driving through the desert towards where you guys know the entrance to the rad zone is. And I think that's where we're going to stop and take our 10-minute break.
Raycats!
Go Raycats!
So we're heading to the rad zone, guys, the place where you guys were never supposed to go.
As we know it.
What sort of crazy rad zone antics will we get into? We're going to find out in just about 10 minutes. So hang in there. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. It's currently 8:52, so we'll be back right around 9:02 Pacific time for more silly shenanigan Raycats.
Raycats!
This is very
Raycats.
serious role-playing going on, Steve.
That's right. Don't go
It
anywhere.
is.
We're back on Raycats. Let everything load in.
Raycats.
I think Gingerton, Mike, you still fixing your camera? Yeah, that's on my. It's not on my end, right? Yep.
There we go.
So we're having a lot of tech issues tonight. I don't know what it is, but it's the 80s.
Must be the
right?
rad zone. Must be the
Yeah.
radiation we're running across.
Yeah, I think you're right. So when we last left off before our last commercial break, before we went to all the G.I. Joe and He-Man commercials, we come back and we see our vehicle tearing off towards the one place that you guys know you're not supposed to go, and that is the rad zone. So
Rad zone.
yeah, so the vehicle's tearing off. It's approaching this rad zone, and actually, no one's ever been here, right? You have no idea what to expect. You just know that you're not supposed to be here. But I imagine many of you have thought about potentially what the rad zone entails. I think that's the conversation we pick up on, like, you know, what do you think's in the rad zone conversation as you're driving towards it? Because it takes, you know, a good 10-15 minutes to get there from town. So let's have that conversation real quick as we transition into the next scene.
Yeah, I swear. I heard it's just full of pizza.
Pizza.
Is that rad? Like, I hear you say that all the time. Does that mean it's a good thing?
Yeah,
Maybe?
like, you know, like it's so much that like you're not even supposed, like, it's rad, right? Like that's why I think that's why they say it's rad, you know? Like,
Yeah, that's why they call us rad cats, because we're like rad.
I read in one of my books that if you get too close, you actually start melting. The skin melts off of your skeletons. Isn't that interesting?
no, that, like I said, that's why it's full of pizza, right? Because like the cheese melts so nice.
That makes sense, man.
Yeah.
Purlin's making the most sense, which is scaring me.
Is
I
that
can-
what your book said too?
I understand what he's trying to say because it's microwaves. The radiation, it's like microwaves. That's why the
No, I
pizza-
heard they're like
the
pretty
cheese
big pizzas.
melts. Oh, have you read? Oh, you should hear this. One time, when the humans thought that this would be interesting, they came in here ill-prepared. They came in here, they thought that the suits that they had were gonna work, but they didn't. So we might be able to see some of the remnants of the humans that were in here before, like their skeletons, the bones, the clothes that they wore that they thought would protect them, but they didn't really protect them.
What? Yeah, no,
Did-
totally.
Did you know the humans actually owned us before?
They did?
What?
Like our ancestors. That's how I got my name, is because of a human.
I mean, I heard they're like only like they didn't even glow. So like, how could they own us? You know?
Because they could talk. Apparently, we couldn't even talk before. We could just meow and purr. Isn't that? I think that's fake. That's why it's really hard to believe what you read, what you see in the. Oh, that's why it's really hard to believe what you see on the books.
Yeah, no, that's why I never read.
But it's also very interesting.
Yeah, and then I take a picture of like this pinup cat that I have on the console, like taped, and I like it's actually covering the gas meter. So that's why I never know.
Oh shit!
Whoops.
Oh, there's a problem. Those damn apes must like siphon some of our gas.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah.
Can you go faster?
No, we can't go at all.
Ginger,
Well-
do you know where you put the gas inside the beast?
Yeah, I know where to put the gas.
Where do you put the gas? Yeah.
Anybody load some gas up in the back? So
Maybe
I can fill
Hal
up?
knows.
I mean, if I eat a few more of these pastries, I'm sure I can get some gas.
Oh,
I
yeah,
think
let me-
we could siphon some of the fuel out of Emilio's Ferrari and put it into this? Or is it like take a certain kind of gas?
No, same gas. Let's do it.
Okay, here.
Let me grab this hose in the back and let's.
But it
let's
took us
siphon
an
it.
hour to get back from where they distracted us.
Well, you look out back and you realize you've been dragging the Ferrari for like
Oh, never mind.
all these
Oh,
miles into the
I thought we
desert.
were still with the Ferrari. I got you. So it's
It's still attached to your vehicle, but it's now like basically like a very, very crumpled piece of metal
Oh,
being
no.
dragged across the desert.
hey,
Man,
as long as there's
son
gas
of
in
a-
it. It's got gas, man. Let's do it. Let's go.
They really went ape on that Ferrari, huh? It's too bad,
I can't
right,
believe it.
guys?
Yeah. Can't
Uh,
believe it.
I'm glad.
So-
we-
Gingerton, why don't you give me your gearhead? You can give me an expert level ray roll to use your logic and reasoning and tools to find a way to siphon this gas into this vehicle.
all right.
Well, that was only
Okay.
one dice. I said you could make an expert, but you didn't. But that's fine. You still got a success, so we'll roll with it.
Thought I clicked it, but I guess I did.
So it's a success. You barely manage it. Tell me how you do it.
I take the hose, man. I put it in the Ferrari, and then I start sucking it. Get some in my mouth and spit it out, and I stick it in there and fill the gas tank up.
Okay, yeah. So you managed to do this. You managed to get enough gas to get you guys moving again. I think the complication here is what would be a good complication for this moment. I guess it could be a cost, right? I think the cost here is you break your favorite wrench in the process.
Man, I
Having a hard time holding onto it. It was really slippery, and it
I don't
just
understand why everything's so slippery.
your hand slipped, and you like hit the jagged metal that cut your hand, and in anger, you just like kicked the wrench and busted.
Damn it. Oh, those fumes from that gas, though, man. I'm feeling kind of loopy.
But we're back on the road.
Never want to cross the streams, bro. Never want to cross the streams. You're gonna get the spins for sure.
It's worse than those muffins I had, man.
So as we get back up, I mean, you didn't get a ton of gas out of the Ferrari because like this thing holds like a ton of gas, and that did not have quite as much gas, but it's enough to keep you moving towards the rad zone. As you approach, you see a sign, and it says Yucca Valley, and then it says like radiation zone, but all that is left is the rad because the aviation part has like fallen off over time, and you can see like barely where the letters used to be. So it's like Yucca Valley rad zone. And you pull up, and what you actually see before you is not what I imagine most of you expected, maybe Purlin, but you're basically see this. It looks like a giant sort of, it's like a skate park track sort of course starting at the bottom of the sign that says Rad Zone, and it looks like it heads down the hill towards a small settlement at the bottom. And it's very steep and very dangerous.
Oh, see, this is rad.
That looks like fun.
It's at this point when you see, standing perched on top of the skate park, a weird goat-like creature with big horns, long shaggy fur, sort of a tie-dye baggy sweater and a skateboard. And he's all, "Sup, bras?
What's
Well,
Dude,
what are y'all
him?
doing here at the Rad Zone?"
Just chilling, bro. What are you doing?
"Chilling, bruh."
Nice.
Right on, right on.
Yo,
Like-
did you see some like not so chill like apes coming through here anytime recently? Like just total vibe killers, if you know what I mean.
I mean, like the Brotherhood.
Yeah, man.
Man, they always give me they always harsh my vibes, you know?
Yeah, they're just,
They come
You
through
know,
here
they-
like once a week, and it's like, "Ugh, dude, just leave me alone."
so they're here a lot, yeah?
Yeah, bruh.
Man, it's a bummer.
You know, I wouldn't
Bummer.
expect it out of them, but they can shred the hell out of this course right here.
Nah, not them.
Sure.
Do like they come back out with stuff? Like I heard there's like a bunch of rad pizza here.
I've heard that the radiation of the desert makes the pizza cheese nice and melty, brah.
That's what I'm saying, man. Like,
But brah, that's not. It's not in my cards, you know. Like, my job is to sit here and guard the Rad Zone. It's like my birthright or something. I don't know. What it's like.
no
Whatever.
way. We guard the rad zone too.
Nah, Shaw,
Yeah,
brah.
it's like we're brothers.
Nah,
we had different
a different
biological
parent.
progenitor person.
Mhm.
Like, if only there was a word that rhymed with that would have fit. Good.
Yeah,
It would've
that'd
been
be cool.
perfect.
That'd be rad.
Shaw. But yeah, are you trying to go in? Shaw, I mean, I gotta tell you, bro, you can't make it in unless you can prove to me that you can shred, because that's the only way I can let you in.
I mean, I was gonna shred either way, but if that's the only way we get in, then the shredding I will do. Yo, have you ever nipped before?
Cowabunga. Shaw, man, yeah. I have up here in the little shack, I got this little bakery. I like to make little pastries and put little goat nip.
Bro, I got
Alfalfa.
some.
Do you got alfalfa?
I got a few different varieties. I got some goat. Never mind. You don't want that one. I got some blueberry. You ever had blueberry?
Shaw, no. But I can imagine, you know.
I'm not really sure. I've never had goat nip. I've had catnip, but nipping's nipping, you know. So
Yeah. The man always tries to tell you not to nip, but it's just they don't want you to know. I mean, we're on a different level than everyone else, man.
I mean,
Yeah.
if you followed all the rules, then I wouldn't be in the rad zone. I wouldn't have met you.
I like at this point the camera pans over just a little bit to the three of you guys just standing there with your jaws down, just watching this conversation unfold.
Like, hey man, I think that might be your brother from a different mother, man.
Mother, that's the
Mother.
word.
That's the word.
That's the word we were thinking of.
Right. So, brother, yeah, we really gotta go after those Brotherhood goons, man. So, you got an extra board or something? Because we, it's, I don't know. There was a flyer. Oh, how many T-shirts are in the cannon?
One.
Oh,
You know what, bro? We went to this party. It's kind of cool, actually. But there's this little thing about the end of the world or something. I'm not really too sure, but we got this T-shirt. I think it'd be pretty rad if you had it.
Shaw, for real?
Yeah.
He takes the shirt and holds it up, and it's orangutan size, so it's 4 sizes too big for him. But he holds it up, And he gets like tears like welled up in his eyes. Bruh, no one's ever gotten me anything before.
Well, that's what brothers are for, man. But we really gotta go after those doofuses. So
he like puts himself into the like shirt, right? So it's like hanging down. It's like when you were like a little kid, you would wear the long night shirts to bed, and it went all the way down to like your knees. That's what it looks like on him, right? Just swimming in the shirt, and it's like Atomic Brotherhood, like end of the world party. He's like, Shaw, bro. You know what? You don't need to prove anything to me. This proves everything to me.
Righteous.
Go on in, enjoy.
Right. So, if it is the end of the world, it was cool to meet you, bro.
Right on. I mean, I'll see you in the next world, right? Or, I mean, maybe we knew each other in the last world.
Anything's possible, man. I wouldn't be surprised, bro. All right, keep shredding.
Cowabunga, dude.
And I'm gonna get back into the beast.
Yeah.
That's one cool goat, man.
You still have to drive down this steep, crazy track, only you can do it in your car instead of your skateboard. The good news is, even though you're low on gas, it's like downhill momentum, right?
You guys ready to shred?
I have a question though.
Yeah.
Purlin, you kept calling him his brother. You guys don't look anything alike. Are you guys like fraternal twins or something?
Oh man, I think we were. Yeah.
All right, cool. Go straight.
That's actually very possible because at around 2050, the humans actually began cloning and mutating everything. I could tell more.
Like at a certain point, like when Adele starts like going off, like Purlin's eyes after a few minutes just kind of glaze over every time. Like,
so what I'm gonna say is this is definitely gonna be this is not a ray roll like a normal dragon. This is definitely a cat roll that Purlin's going to do. But I'm going to give each of the other cats, Adele, Hal, and Gingerton, a chance to help in some radical way because we are in the rad zone. So can you explain to me, guys, how you're going to radically help this trip down, right? It's got high banks. It's got like loop-de-loops in some parts. It's got like air gaps you jump. You guys got to help Purlin navigate this in a way to make sure you guys get to the bottom without losing your vehicle.
I'm going to say that Gingerton's going to get out, get his crystal tools, and I'm going to get underneath this vehicle, and I'm going to start trying to get it lower. So, because right now it's pretty high, right? So I want to get this thing as low to the ground so when he shreds up around these corners and stuff, we're not just going to flip over. So I'm down there with my tools, and I'm working on the suspension.
Perfect. That is definitely going to be an expert ray roll as a gearhead. So that's one success and one failed. So you managed to barely succeed. So you managed to do exactly what you said, which is like lower it. You are lowering it. You lower the vehicle properly, and you get it going for some nice shreds. And there's like a little fast forward kind of thing where at one point you start losing it over the edge. But what happens is miraculously, because you've lowered the vehicle, as the bottom of the car clips the coping of this like heavy turn, there's like it hits like a grind and sparks start shooting out. And then you guys do this awesome sort of slide and regain your footing and hit the bank and pick up a lot of speed as you're heading down. And the lowering of the vehicle definitely helped. The cost and I think the complication and cost here at this part is on the right hand side of your vehicle. Some of the heavy plating is like gotten shunted off the side. All right, Adele and Hal.
You guys have anything? Hal.
I think maybe when we start going down this way, we all stand up in the middle, and then I'll tell who to lean left and when to lean right, and then when we go down, we can give some momentum to him and move back and forth. I'm telling you, you should sing for him, like rolling in the beat or something.
It is part of Adele's song. It's just there's so many people in here, Hal. You know I only sing it when it's just you and I.
That's okay. Maybe they would enjoy it just as much as me. Left.
So you guys want to do that shifting of the weight thing?
Left.
It's like in the movie Speed when Kennedy's like, everyone on this side of the bus.
Yep.
Adele, eat that pastry. It won't matter. You'll sing. You'll be happy.
Let's make it.
I already made one.
I'm guessing this is more of a logical Ray roll. I don't know if you would contest that you have expert in this kind of thing. No? Then let's roll with just a single die.
The one. Success.
So here's the success. As you're guiding the weight shift back and forth, you do great. You're going to add another die to Purlin's sort of roll going down the thing. Here's a complication. In the shifting of your weight back and forth, your foot hits a Crisco puddle spilled earlier by Purlin when this entire side was happened. You slip and you actually tweak your ankle, and now you have a hard time putting any weight on your left ankle, which means you're kind of hobbling around here now. Didn't break or anything, just a severe twist. All right, Adele?
I'm gonna go through my archives, specifically the ones talking about the efficiencies of truck drivers that travel through dirt roads and narrow roads, mainly in China. And then I would use those to give tips and help guide Purlin on his drive, especially when it comes to the banks.
Amazing.
With our weight.
That's definitely an expert Ray roll.
Ray roll!
Ray roll!
Rolling with Ray, that would be
Ooh.
Raycats!
2 successes, and you get a Raycats question. So that's amazing.
Raycat.
So that is amazing. You don't even get a complication. It just works perfectly, and you're able
Let's
to
go.
guide Purlin through pure knowledge of conservation of momentum of trucks on dangerous routes in China. Just a book that you read casually on Sunday afternoons, right?
Of course.
So go ahead and ask me a question, and I'll answer honestly.
Is this the quickest way possible, or is the route to where we think the orangutans are going the only way in?
Looking at the tire marks on the track ahead of you, that you know for sure they've come this way, and based on what you've heard, that this seems to be a way they normally come, you're pretty sure that you guys are on not only the fastest route, but on the route that they seem to be pretty well traveled.
And given the efficiency of our travel right now, how long, would it be long before we catch up to the Brotherhood? Maybe before.
I think given that you
ritual.
guys had stopped and had to siphon gas, which really put you guys behind, you're looking at them probably having a good 30-minute head start on you guys at this point. By the time you get to your destination, which you can see presumably at the bottom of the hill, you'll be 30 minutes behind when they have gotten there. Awesome. So Purlin, we already know this is a cat roll because you're shredding the vehicle down. You've gotten 2 helps from your allies. 2 successes is going to be 2 helps. Or is it 3? I think it was 3 successes.
Yeah, it was 3 successes. Yep.
So I've capped the maximum dice you can roll in this at 3. I don't know if that's actually true in the system or not, but with this UI, it caps at 3. Why don't you give me a 3 dice cat roll? Cat's guy.
As Purlin's, as I'm preparing to, I eat another pastry, another catnip pastry.
Sure.
I take off my bright blue bow tie, and you actually see it's like a long piece of cloth, and on the other side it's bright blue, but on the other side there's actually like drawings and patterns, right? And it's from this old human anime, right? And it actually says Initial D on it. And I cover my eyes with it.
Oh, again, he's doing it again.
And I grip the steering wheel and I feel it. Oh, come on, baby.
This would be the most epic failure of all.
I am a cat on the wind.
Oh man, here goes Purlin's death. All right, 3 dice cat roll.
3 successes. You
3
are
successes.
Jamming, dude.
And
Totally.
just like that, I am just feeling every bump and slight turn of the wheels and just flowing with it, and with the guidance from Adele of where, like, how to turn a little bit tighter and where to go, and hearing the shifting of left and right from Hal, and then with the lower gravity of the beast, I'm able to just, it's like you said, we're just almost barely gonna go off at times, but that lets us go into the other turn faster, so we're actually going faster than anyone's done this course before. And I imagine my goat brother is looking at me shred this course with the beast.
He's giving you the devil horns from the top of the hill, like, yeah, that's not even possible. That's so impossible, brah. And it's so impossible, as a matter of fact, that this last bit is a huge jump, right? And with Gingerton's modifications, Hal shifting the heavy weight of the entire vehicle towards the back to give you launch, and given Adele's trajectory calculations and calculus that she's doing, you guys hit this final ramp so big that you launch up, and where there's like a finish line, you guys go through the top of it, smash the finish line sign, and then you see like there's like a spinning plate as the wood like hits the dirt, and it's like, welcome to the rad zone. And you guys fly through that, bust through this like chain link fence at the bottom and the whole like parking lot, and continue to sail for some strange reason like horizontally across this plane hundreds of yards before smashing through like a large barn and coming into a skid and a parallel park perfectly between two pickup trucks on the middle of the street. Congratulations, Raycats.
That's
We
amazing.
make it.
Hey man, that's some pretty good driving, man.
Yeah.
But the strange thing
Hal, are
is,
you okay? I saw you slip on the Crisco.
Yeah, I'm gonna need a
Hey.
hand here. Maybe we stay nearby each other, and you can give me a hand as I lean on
All
Adele's
right,
shoulder.
Did I hear you right? Did you say Crisco?
Crisco.
Is that why my tools have been slippery, man?
We don't have time for this, Ginger. The world is gonna end. We gotta
Dude,
go.
I'm thinking
Gotta
something's
go.
wrong. Man, I've been thinking something's been totally wrong with me this whole time, man. That's up, buddy. Thought you were my friend.
well, the interesting thing too here, Purlin, is as you're saying that, right? You're looking out the window. You weren't sure what to expect at the bottom of a rad zone, but this might be the last thing you expected. You look up and you see crossing the street in front of you, because yes, it is a street, and yes, you are parallel parked in a parking space, and yes, you've just crashed through a barn. You found a living settlement here at the heart of the rad zone, and not just any settlement. These creatures are strange. They have very little fur on their body, just on the top of their heads. There's a small, ugly one, only about 2 feet tall, holding some sort of like weird treat, which we would know as an ice cream cone, licking it, looking up in your window at you. Purlin, could it be?
Yo, these are some ugly looking apes, bro.
Are they? Is it the books? The books that I keep reading? Is it the humans?
They're definitely not books. For sure, they're not books.
No, is it a personification of the things that I see in my books? Are they the humans?
How could it be, man? The humans died a long time ago. There's no humans.
I
know.
know.
Let's go check it out. And Hal's gonna impulsively go look and like lick on his ice cream and then check his.
Oh, I've only seen them in books. Oh, this is amazing. It really is.
It is definitely chocolate chip ice cream. I don't know if Hal would like that or not, but you've stolen ice cream from a baby. Congratulations. The mom takes the baby and runs away as you steal the ice cream from the baby and start licking it. You've walked into what almost looks like a weird sort of snapshot of like a mid 1980s rural community. I think one of the most interesting things, Adele, is there's a sort of house right where you guys have parked, and there's this weird sign in the front. It kind of looks like it's got red, white, and blue colors and this weird sort of wavy motion with these stars. And the big white print says Let's make America great again.
I've seen this in my magazines before. That doesn't really sound like it's a good thing. It was
No,
bad
but-
in my literature.
If you think about it, man, like those orange orangutans, like you said, is kind of like a bad like suntan. Dude, I saw that in the pictures too. There was like this guy, he looked like he had a really orange skin, and he had Make America Great right by him.
I mean, I was going for the Ronald Reagan 1984 version of the slogan, but we did bring orangutans into it, so maybe that's where we're going.
And they're orange, and they're like bad suntans.
I can either
I heard.
confirm nor deny. That's where I was going with it.
You're making a lot of sense right now, and given all of this that we're seeing, this is a bad omen.
I don't know, man. Rob was full of shit. I don't see pizza anywhere.
There is across town, Purlin, towards the center of the town square, you do see a sort of nondescript building with a big sign, and the letters say Pizza with an arrow pointing down into the store across town.
Well, at least not as much pizza as he said, for sure.
For sure.
I think, as you guys try to piece together what's going on here, you hear not cheering, not a party, not a concert, but you hear a very commanding voice kind of echoing, amplified in some way through this town, as it feels like there's some sort of rally going on. Some sort of crowd gathered somewhere near the heart of town.
Could be the Brotherhood. Remember, the radiation is their religion.
Well, let's go check it out.
Can I look at anything that seems like out of place for like any signs of where they might have gone?
Yes, and you can go ahead and make me a this is gonna be a Ray roll.
Damn it.
Nope, I want to see a Ray roll from Purlin. Because I want to see where you end up.
That's a 5.
That's a failure, so why don't you tell me what goes wrong?
Yeah, so I don't even know what I'm looking for really. And
Yeah, that's
I'm just looking for other tire tracks. So I see tire tracks going to the pizza place. You knew it, man. They're going for pizza. They're going for the za.
I think the complication here is that everyone else is so engrossed in what's going on and so enamored with this situation that Purlin wanders away without anybody noticing that he's gone missing.
no.
And so Purlin is just split off from the rest of the group and has made his way to the pizza joint while the rest of you guys are kind of investigating the situation. And you all look around and go like,
Where's Purlin?
yeah, he's just gone.
Thought he was right behind us.
Oh,
Where'd he go, man?
no one saw him. Oh no.
I think there's like a cling, cling, cling as you wander into the pizza
Hal, I
place.
can't hear you. You're too far.
Like,
Cat's got his tongue again.
and Purlin, he looks up at the guy behind the counter, like washing the dish, just like looks up, looks you up and down, looks really confused, like, what can I do you for?
Oh. I was here for something.
Cuts back to the rest of the group. What are the three of you guys doing?
We're looking for Purlin.
Oh, are you looking for Purlin?
Did we look for Purlin? He got us here. Might as well.
We should, but let's go see what's going on with this rally first. Let's go see what's all the hoot and holler.
All right.
Yeah, we can go find him.
So now you're torn, Adele, because Gingerton's trying to lead you towards, the crowd and the noise, and you want to go off and look for Purlin, and you feel kind of pulled between these two, choices.
In a moment of courage, Adele just yells, "Purlin! Where the f*** are you? Purlin!
Is it
Purlin!
Yeah, we better go find
Purlin!
him. You know what? You're right. He's gonna get in trouble, man. God, he's always getting in trouble. Let's go
I'm,
find
try-
him before.
I'm trying to find, I'm trying to mediate the need for us to really go to that party or the rally and finding him. So I
Yeah.
think he hasn't been gone long. So maybe he's just right there in the corner.
Oh, look at that pizza sign over there. That's got to be where he's at.
Why did
All
I
he's been
not
talking
think of
about
that?
forever.
Harlan!
So you're telling me that you can put anchovies on the pizza?
I mean, I guess theoretically, but I didn't say that. You just kept talking about putting anchovies on a pizza. We don't actually serve anchovies. We don't like them kind of toppings around here. We like meats, like bacons and pepperonis and good American barbecue wings. Doritos, sometimes Cheetos. One time I put a Hershey's Kiss.
Oh, no, I don't want to eat. I mean, I've heard, like, some of the Brotherhood likes that Hershey's Kiss.
More
stuff,
you
but not
cats.
me.
You look behind you, Purlin, and the rest of your crew has found you.
Purlin, come on, man. Let's go.
Oh, but, yeah,
Pull
they
him
don't have
out,
it.
Ginger.
They
Dude,
don't
we get
have
pizza.
it.
We get pizza later. We'll take one to your brother
They
from
don't even
another
have
mother.
anchovies anyway, man.
Oh, come on, let's go. We got to go find out what's going on with the rally over there, where everybody's hooting and hollering. Let's go. Come on.
There's no anchovies. What the f
There
is
is
a Cheeto?
a very delicious slice of cheese pizza sitting there behind the counter in like the nice display case, but you don't have any. You don't even know what to use for money here.
Take one last look at it and be like, wow. They don't know what the fuck a Cheeto is, man.
Listen, if you want, we can do a trade. I mean, I could use some dishwashing in the back. You just give me a bit of your time. I'll put you to work, and then this pizza's yours. I'll get you some
We gotta
Cheetos.
save the world or some bullshit. Come back
time.
later.
No
Man,
time, man. Let's go.
screw that. Let somebody else handle that. That's not your problem.
It is! Goodbye!
Yo, this place is weird. They put Cheetos on their pizza.
What's a Cheeto, man?
That's what I thought but I'm pretty sure they said Cheetah. Now that I think about it.
Maybe it's slang
Cheetah
for
would
cheese.
actually be more possible.
Pretty impressive, like to be able to catch a cheetah, you know.
Oh yeah, he
So
did say meat.
You managed to sit here and have the conversation. Adele drags you guys kicking and screaming out into the street, where it seems like cross town, this sort of rally is reaching like almost like a climax. And you can see now, I think this is the point, Adele, you're like grabbing Purlin and dragging him out, and you look at your paws and you realize now all of your fur is starting to glow just a tad.
I've read this before. Would I know that it's because of the radiation and how we were made and why we were made?
Yeah, I think this is one thing that you guys had hammered into you for sure as part of Raycats training is when you glow, it's because you're near radiation. If there's one thing you learn, this is probably it.
Holy crap, Adele, you're glowing.
Oh, thank you, Ginger.
Oh, I don't think
That's
that's a
probably
good
the
thing.
sweetest thing you've told me today.
Bro, good for you. You finally worked up the courage, man.
I wouldn't have known. Oh, you're glowing too.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah.
See?
I think it's
Match
those
made
damn-
the rad zone.
I think it's those pastries that Purlin gave us, man. I think that's what it is. I think it's starting to kick in.
I know. You're glowing. Everything about you right now. Your abs are glowing. It's the sheen. I don't even know if it's from the Cisco, but there's something.
Yeah.
Oh,
So you guys
shit.
begin glowing, which you mostly know what it means, but now the question is why now, right?
Probably near some
Should-
radiation.
Like, should we, like, tell someone? Like,
You can tell me.
bro, I think we're near some radiation.
I think you're right. We should go. Like, does it get stronger as we go that way to the left? Let's go find out.
That's very smart.
You send each one of the 4 cats in different directions to see who starts glowing brighter and who starts glowing less. start to easily piece together with your brilliant strategy that going towards the center of town where this rally seems to be is making you glow brighter.
Right. Let's go. After Gingerton. You brought the Catlin gun, right?
Yeah.
Can't
Alright.
I
You
guess
guys all grabbed guns, didn't you? Didn't everybody
I got
grab
the
something?
bazooka.
Yeah, there's all kinds of arsenal. Hope everybody grabbed something.
Because
Normally you carry them in your...
your speedo.
That's good, yeah. Well,
You can see now the apron that he was wearing backwards.
Usually you think that's a gun, but
It's just kind of, oh god, it's just a bunch of gun stuff. So yeah, you guys armed to the teeth begin making your way towards the center of this town, and as you kind of turn the corner and you can see there's got to be at least 100 humans gathered around this sort of stage. Everyone's wearing like red, white, and blue sort of American patriotic gear, and in the center of the town square there is a giant monument, and this monument is at least 30 feet tall, and it looks like an active nuclear warhead.
Man, humans are ugly.
You look down and you're glowing quite bright at this point. Like,
It's like
your
a-
fur has started to like absorb all this radiation, and you can just see almost like waves of like radiation waves coming off of this bomb. It's not only like a nuclear bomb. Somebody has removed all of the shielding on the outside, and this nuclear core is just exposed, an actual bright green, glowing source of nuclear radiation.
I think this is real, guys. This is not just I think they were serious.
Yeah. Let's go have a closer look.
So
No.
as you guys start coming up, right at this point on the stage, in the middle of the crowd, kind of like orating everything, are a couple of orangutans dressed in the Brotherhood, the Atomic Brotherhood. I forget what they're called now.
Atomic
Atomic
Brotherhood.
Brotherhood.
The Atomic Brotherhood. They're all dressed there, and they're like kind of working security, and they seem to be the muscle here. But you realize now, in this moment, they are not the brains of the operation, because standing on the middle of the stage, towering taller than everyone, a huge, large rendition, 12 feet tall, riding a giant velociraptor, is none other than your former president. If it'll load, come here. There we go.
Hey!
Ronald Reagan riding, but it's not just Ronald Reagan. It's like a large, double-sized human version of Ronald Reagan, holding a machine gun, holding an American flag, riding a velociraptor, getting this crowd on his side as they begin to lower this atomic bomb down into the hole that they've drilled. And he points his machine gun in your guys' direction and says, "Those Raycats must be stopped for the good of America." And like you like turn, and these hundreds of like innocent redneck looking people with children and mothers and strollers and open barbecues and beers all turn on you, and just like a swarm of zombies begin to rush your guys' way. Raycats, what would you like to do?
No, don't listen to him. This isn't his first go when it comes to nuclear weapons. This is probably the only time he might be succeeding. No! He f***ed up this country already before. He raised the taxes on the middle class.
Like the last humans left, right? Because of this doofus. This is the doofus, right, Adele?
Yes.
Okay. She's super smart. You should listen to her. She reads.
No, don't do it. What are you doing anyway? Get away from the get away from the core. Get away from the core. You're gonna start melting.
Ronald Reagan is also glowing like a Raycat.
And he's not real. He's been dead for centuries.
He's a ray gun. Get it?
So, Adele, you are trying to reason with these crazy, whipped into a frenzy crowd. That is fine. You can go ahead and make a nice single dice ray roll against the oncoming swarm of people that want to tear you limb from limb.
Ray roll. That's a one.
That is a success. That's nice.
Success.
So, the crowd begins like pressing in around you, and you speak reason, and all of them like kind of stop and look at you, and you're like, but I mean, he's not great, but the other guy's way worse, you know?
That's very true, but he's also dead. He's been dead. This whoever you're listening to is not even real.
They stop and they look back at Raygun and the orangutans. And the orangutans and Raygun like kind of raise their weapons towards the crowd.
Using this as a distraction, Purlin is going to whisper to himself one more time, I'm a cat on the wind. By the power of Crisco!
Awesome.
And I'm
Okay.
going to start flying towards Raygun.
This is Purlin, right? Yeah, and you're
Yeah.
blue colored?
Yeah.
Okay. So, Purlin
Oh wow, look at that effect.
activates your flight powers just for shits and giggles. Can you roll me 2d6 cuz your flight power will last for 2d6 seconds.
Sure.
And I have gone and put the flight effect on you. 8 minutes, reasonable. You don't have no way to know how long you're going to fly, but as you're a cat on the wind, you guys all watch. Purlin busts out and flies up and does what with your flight?
I'm going to try to tackle this motherfucker.
You're going to fly over the crowd?
I'm going to try. I'm going after Raygun.
Okay.
I'm going to try to knock him off the Velociraptor.
Perfect. So you fly up over the crowd and you start going at Raygun. Now, you've managed to fly up over the top of these the mass crowd, right? Who watch this unfolding. You can close on them, but here's the thing. The orangutans, the two Brotherhood of the Atomic Brotherhood members that are his like kind of personal bodyguards, are not going to make this easy for you. So how do you avoid the bodyguards to get at Raygun?
So once again, thinking back to that gnarly shred session on that course, right? I'm going to kind of let my body kind of go with the wind, and I'm going to try to not go... At first I was going straight for him, fast as I could, right? And then seeing them kind of aim towards me, I'm going to start thinking back to that and try to take like a zigzag, like try to take a non-linear route, right? And not try to make like any sort of sensical path towards him, right? I'm going to do like flips in the air and just going all over the place.
Okay. I'm going to call this a single dice cat roll.
Okay.
I don't think this is quite what you're an expert in. You've never flown before.
That's a success.
Okay, so you managed to succeed. What happens is one of the orangutans like lines up like he's got like a giant like gun with like a net on the end of it, and he shoots it at you, and it flies in your direction, and you're able to like dodge out of the way of the net, which shoots past you. You get past the guards, and you're able to get onto Raygun. You try to knock him off the Velociraptor, right? You do. Raygun falls off the Velociraptor, hits the ground, sprawls. The machine gun sort of clatters from his like hand away from him, and you're like, he's looking up at you like, oh god, you're gonna be able to strike me down. Here's the complication: the raptor manages to clamp its jaws right on your foot and begins shaking you around like a rag doll. So let's cut back for a second. You've managed to knock Raygun off his dinosaur. Hal, Adele, Gingerton. I mean, Adele is still like talking to the crowd and trying to reason him down. I think the complication here is that it's working in the moment, Adele, but it's very thin. You know, you feel like at any moment something could prompt them to start going back to their bloodthirsty mode. So Hal and Gingerton, what would you guys like to do in this situation?
I think Hal would want to go towards the atomic bomb thing. See if he could use this distraction that Purr is creating to see if he can make his way around to get
Well,
to
like,
the
Per
atomic
and
bomb.
Raygun and the Velociraptor are kind of on
Mhm.
the stage right where the atomic bomb is sort of at this point being like lowered into this like hole in the center of the town. So you can get there. You're just going to have to push your way through the crowd. And right now they're not acting bloodthirsty. So you're able to like push your way through the crowd. And you see like one of the guards, because this is all happening at the same time, right? He's shot the net gun, but this other orangutan is standing between you and the stage. So how are you going to get past this orangutan to get to the atomic bomb?
I'm gonna yell at Gingerton and say, "Shoot him with the Gatling gun."
Okay. Gingerton?
Pull out the guy in the gun and start shooting him.
All right. Can you describe what the Catling gun looks like?
Yeah, it's got the handle kind of looks like a cat, right? It's got a cat face. It's all carved out,
Okay.
and in the front it's got like 6 barrels. And when I shoot it, it just almost like a Gatling gun. It just turns around and each chamber goes in a circle, and it just starts firing out these little bullets.
All right. This is definitely a... I don't know. Would shooting a gun be more of a ray roll or a cat roll? I feel like it's a ray roll. It's like using technology. and
Precise
science.
action. Yeah.
Yeah. Precise action. So I think it's a roll. And you're an expert, so go ahead and roll 2. You can roll it. You can try rolling it from the one in not your token, but the character sheet. I don't know.
Yeah, still, I haven't pulled up another character. Want me to roll a second time?
Okay, so that's 1 success. So you manage it. So here's the thing: you open fire with the machine gun. You swing it across the crowd. You unleash on this orangutan. You start blasting him, riddling him with bullets. Right? He's a tough dude, so these bullets don't kill him, but it's like bouncing off. It's hurting him. Here's the complication: in order to do this, you had to tear through this crowd of innocents, and so you've cut a like line through the people at the rally just to hit this thing. So there's like 12 innocent people dead as you do this, but it works.
Oh my God! They killed Kenny. Those bastards.
And I think the second complication here, Adele, is seeing this. Half the crowd begins to run in fear, and the other half begin to try to like actually fight you. But Hal, you've managed to the orangutan is distracted by bullets, like shielding itself from bullet fire as you run past it. Adele has like a bunch of these people trying to jump on her and start like body slamming her. Let's follow Hal for a second. Hal, what are you doing?
Get in there. I'm going to try to get in there and dismantle the nuclear bomb.
Nice.
Okay. So you look, right? It's very much got a core. You can feel your radiation pulsing, the brightest you've ever glown. You got this deep sort of crimson purple going on. And yeah, you can begin to... is this something you have knowledge of? I mean... How is it? Just like I'm just gonna wing it, or is this something like Hal's like I study this? Let's see, you are an investigator, right? So you can start investigating. It's like the investigator in the movie, like which wire do I cut, stuff like that. I say this is definitely an expert ray roll.
All right.
You haven't prepared for this specifically. In the moment, everyone's too much in their own stuff to help. So this will be basically, can you figure out how to disable the bomb?
Okay.
Okay.
1 and a 5. 1 success.
Yep. Success. So here's the success. You see a couple of wirings that are common that you've researched before. Specifically, there are 2 wires. There's a red wire and a blue wire. You immediately deduct that you need to cut... Actually, no, it's a red wire and a green wire, and you deduct that you need to cut the red wire. The complication is, just at the moment when you know which one you're going to cut, giant Raygun, grabs you off the bomb and throws you back across the crowd. Boom, and you fly back, and you land tumbling, 8 feet away from the thing, as Raygun has regained the machine gun up and is starting to get really angry. Adele, you're currently being swarmed by a bunch of these Raygun supporters. who are trying to defend themselves from you guys murdering them.
Oh boy, that's so true. Okay, I have a question.
Sure.
Actually, no. It. Let's create some chaos. Okay, so with everyone swarming Adele, Adele is gonna suddenly feel the high from the entire catnip that fucking Purlin gave her. So she's just in a panic. She's gonna say, "The time is meow," and then she is gonna temporarily blind everyone.
Nice.
So I got an effects for this. This is what happens with Adele. Firework explosion of light echoes off of Adele.
Nice.
Everyone in the courtyard, like it glows as bright as the sun here, and I think all these people, even like your allies, everyone in this courtyard gets blinded in white light. You hear like Gingerton, like the machine gun, like cuts to the side, boom, cuts through the pizza sign across the courtyard, which falls like down. Everyone's like, ah, shit, my eyes. For a moment, everyone except for Adele is completely blinded with a white hot flash.
Okay, and then I try and go to where Hal is as well and see if there's also something that I can do to stop the nuclear core.
Well, Hal has been flung off the bomb back across the courtyard. He's not that far from you now.
Okay, I'm gonna continue what you're doing, Hal. What I'm assuming you were doing.
I think, yeah, Hal and you, because you've disoriented the whole like area, all these random people are now no longer a threat because they're dealing with the blindness. You can help Hal to his feet, and how you can tell Adele what you've learned or whatever, and try to figure out your guys' next plan.
We gotta cut the red wire. Here, help me, because I forgot I have to limp.
Okay, come on.
So they're rushing towards the stage. The camera cuts over a little bit. Purlin is currently being ragdolled by a velociraptor.
They're both blind.
And the velociraptor's blind. You're blind.
I'm gonna try to fly straight up.
Okay.
Take this velociraptor on a ride.
Yeah, sure. Give me a cat roll. Probably not expert, but I'm fine with I'm fine with just a straight cat roll.
All right, you oversized McChicken. Let's see if you can fly as good as your as your offspring, huh?
Oh, 6. Nice. You haven't rolled a Raycat yet, but you keep rolling pretty high. You definitely picked the right character archetype. So, you do. Against all odds, Purlin is able to drag this heavy, giant velociraptor up off the ground. Take it. How high do you want to take it?
I mean, I can't really see, so I'm just gonna keep going up.
Just gonna keep going. You just fly up. It succeeds. You get it off the ground. You guys all watch as Purlin and the velociraptor start disappearing towards the sky.
Adele's the only one that can see.
Yep.
Holy shit!
Adele's the only one that can see this clearly. At least everyone else is flying clearly. Here's the complication. Ronald Reagan, who was blinded, you watch Adele. His eyes have this like white sort of blinding thing. You actually watch as he like reaches his hand into his eyeballs and plucks out both the eyeballs and throws them on the ground. And then in his pocket pulls out like 2 new eyeballs and almost screws them in like a light bulb.
Oh, that's fucking disgusting.
So he can see again.
Reagan can see,
And
right?
as you and Hal are running across the stage, he's got his machine gun and he's pointing it right at you guys. And he opens fire, and there's machine gun fires like coming through the crowd at you guys, hitting innocents and coming in your direction all the same.
Gingerton Rafe! Aim for Reagan!
I can't see you. I'm just
Right
still
in front of
shooting. I'm shooting in the same direction.
Adele, give me a. You and Gingerton are not practiced per se. You guys aren't close partners like you and Hal are. But I'm gonna say just give me a Ray roll as you try to logically aim Gingerton in the right direction here.
Just follow my voice.
As a help action.
A 2. That would be a success.
It is a success. So it's a success. Gingerton, you can make your roll. I would say it would be a 1 dice because you're blind, but it's 2 because of the help action. So make a 2-action Ray roll as you. It might even be a cat roll.
I just roll 2d6 off to the side.
I don't know. I would think cat.
Yeah, do a 2-action cat roll for me.
Right.
This feels cat. We've already established canon-wise that closing your eyes and letting fate take over is a cat roll.
So roll fucking 1 dice.
1.
Oh,
Raycats.
2 successes and a Raycats?
Yes! Fucking shoot Raygun!
So Gingerton spins, turns the machine gun. What do you want to happen, Gingerton? Because it happens.
As the gun's going, it's every time it shoots, it goes meow meow meow, and hit Raygun right between the eyes.
So the bullet pierces Raygun's head. You can't see because you're blind, but it hits right through his eyes, which you would think would kill him. But you notice like spark and wiring falls out of Raygun's head, Adele, and it seems like Raygun's some sort of robot. Gingerton, you get a question. You can ask me any question here.
It's Raygun.
Yeah. Okay. Who is Raygun? Let's just go ahead and ask that one.
So, there is a conspiracy on the internet that a lot of people don't subscribe to /r conspiracy, and they usually talk about really weird things. But there's one that you read that kind of intrigued you, which was the idea that society was being replaced by robot replicas. They could come in and they could put on any skin they want and inject themselves into society. Maybe Raygun. In fact, yes, 100%. You even read that somebody said that they helped invent a Raygun robot for the sole purpose of taking over the world. Because if they can destroy the entire world's habitat, then only robots will be able to survive. And looking at this giant metallic nuclear warhead being descended down a drill towards the center of the earth, you get the impression they're going to try to Dr. Evil it and explode volcanoes all over the earth, making it inhospitable for anyone but robots. So that is who Raygun is, and that's what's going on here. We spin back to everyone. I think at this point the bright light is kind of fading a bit. Adele and Hal are making their way towards the bomb. Raygun is at least temporarily stunned, if not dead, from Gingerton's headshot. Purlin is up in the sky still battling with the Velociraptor.
Just like, get off of me.
Yep. Hal and Adele, how do you fix this? How do you stop the bomb?
Take the lead, Hal.
Quick, follow me. We need to catch this atomic catalyst before it becomes a Category 5 catastrophe.
Oh, all the possibilities.
The possibility, nice.
And we will continue to run.
Yeah. You make your way. You're limping a little slow up towards the bomb. The radiation pouring over you. There's 2 wires, a red wire and a green wire.
Cut the red.
The red. Are you sure?
That's what my catalog says. Cut the red.
Okay. I got the red.
With Hal's help, give me a 2 dice cat roll.
Ooh.
This will be for all the marbles.
You gonna kill us or are you gonna save the world? Come on.
Let's go cat roll. Oh, I failed. We
Okay.
died.
You haven't failed all night, man, and then all of a sudden
Cut the red
I've
wire,
been
right?
rolling
Cut the red
race.
wire.
Yeah.
So you go to cut the red wire, and this brings us back to how you failed, right? You cut the wrong wire, but here's the how and the why, and how it gets worse. Adele, this is a secret you've carried, a badge of shame that you've never want to tell anyone in your life.
Colorblind.
Adele is colorblind. Adele is red-green colorblind. And in that moment, you panic, cut the red wire, but they both look the same. And you go back between the two. Go back between the two, and you clip the wrong one.
I got the red.
And the camera comes out, and there's a giant nuclear explosion in the center of this town at the base of the rad zone, and the nuclear cloud goes up. I guess the good news is you prevented him from destroying the whole Earth, right? And overflowing all the volcanoes. You just killed yourself and the last humans on Earth and have not...
That's true, but we didn't kill everybody. Yeah,
But-
we saved some of the world.
The kind of screen goes fades to black, and it's like the end with a question mark, and that's it, guys. That's the end of Raycats.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
I mean, you did it, sort of. You failed forward,
Sorta.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's so funny.
right? It's a fun little game. So, you know what? I had a blast running it. I don't have a lot of
fun.
Oh, it was
It
a
was,
lot
right?
of fun.
I don't have a lot of experience with these sort of open improv based games, and I had no idea where we were gonna go. And you guys made it cool and fun, and thank you guys for making this enjoyable. I hope you guys at home laughed. I know I caught myself laughing a bunch tonight. We only got to see 2 people activate their powers. Oh man! Real quick, so it doesn't go to waste. Hal, if you were to activate your psychic powers, what is it? Telekinesis, I think.
Mhm.
Hal would get these glowing butterfly effect that would follow him around.
Ooh.
And Gingerton, your powers would have been to explode. So you probably could have just killed all the people in one instant if you wanted to.
I was gonna run over to Raygun and do it, but then he got
that would've been cool.
So yeah.
There's the explosion.
Oh,
Right?
Nice.
A nice big explosion effect, anime
Very,
style.
Very cool.
Raygun had red powers, but he didn't get to use his. You guys actually took out Raygun pretty fast. So, anyways, that's what Raycats is, guys. It's a fun little game. I think I forget. Let me just see. They have a Patreon. Six String Games has a Patreon. You can get games like this every month. You can play test the new games as they're coming out. I know they're working on like a horror-based one. I believe it's Blair Witch inspired at some point. I know they're working on one called Altitude right now, which is like a mountain climbing horror game. Maybe I'm not sure if it's the same game. Raycats you can get for $6. That's worth
Totally
it.
worth it. Totally
Go
worth
send
it.
them. Go send them some money. Send them some love. Tell them Recall Knowledge sent you. Did you guys enjoy our venture into RPG snacks?
Yeah.
It was like totally like gnarly, bro.
Totally.
Hey, dude, it was really cool. A lot of fun.
Totally
A lot of
did.
fun.
It was.
I think this is like a good way to just introduce people to RPGs in general. Like
Yeah.
if they want to dip their toes into it, like before they delve into huge campaigns of Pathfinder and D&D, do Raycats.
Yeah, it's not rule heavy. It's very fun and
Yeah.
like
Do whatever
just
you
kind
want.
of do whatever, like go wherever you want to go.
Yeah.
Exactly. And yeah, you can just do whatever you want, and we'll just we'll boil it down to a Ray roll or a Cats roll, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And most of the time,
Yeah,
you just pull what it is out of your ass.
Yeah, and
You're welcome.
the rules are so simple that it's not daunting, unlike like the bigger like systems, right? So like true
Exactly.
beginners would like appreciate like the simplicity of it too.
Plus, like, if you're playing a game like D&D or Pathfinder, there's so much prep work that goes into a session. You can't just say, let's
for
play,
the-
pull out a piece of paper that says Raycats on it and a 6-sided dice and say, let's have fun,
This is
Yeah.
perfect for, let's say, even for like, vets who play the heavier
Yeah, and
games,
just
right?
like a break.
If you have someone who last minute can't make a session, boom, let's play Raycats. Like,
Mhm.
you're good to go for the night,
Yep. And they have, like, part of the things they have is that there's like a 3d6 roll that generates a plot that the GM can just roll with, right? I think I rolled that the Atomic Brotherhood was your nemesis, but that's all it says. It says the Atomic Brotherhood. What does that mean? It's up to you to decide, and I let you guys decide what the Atomic Brotherhood was.
Bunch of
Oh, we never got to
butthole
see them
licking,
cleaning each other's buttholes.
spray
Oh,
tanning
butt lickers.
orangutans.
Yes, dang it. And then the complication, then I think it was they wanted to get to destroy, and it was like the last human settlement, I think is what I came up with. And so the rest I just kind of made up as we went along. But and then there was the thing that said like what's really going on, and I don't think it came up, right? Because it says, so that if they do that, it will plunge the world in a nuclear winter. Yes, but it said what's actually going on. The actual thing that was going on that didn't actually come around, unfortunately, was that the villain's minion wanted to actually join you guys, and the raptor wanted to be with you guys, but he was forced to fight you guys. So if there was, in my head, I was like, Raygun's raptor wants to join your side. So if it ever came up, that would have been a way for it to end, right?
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
I feel like
Just fighting
Purlin
him
and
in
the
the
Raptor
air.
had a moment, like once they both could see, like, like they had a moment of eye contact, and Purlin's like, I get you, bro. get
And
you,
dies.
and then boom,
Yeah.
you get vaporized.
Exactly. So, all
Yeah,
said,
look at
it
that.
was-
I rolled now, and look, it's working.
it's
And I
working
got
now.
2 Raycats in a row.
What did
Damn.
you change?
Don't ask me. Nothing.
Well, we'll have to bug test it. So this was something
I
like I said,
did. I closed it out and reopened it, but that was it. Now it's working.
weird. So I did make like this hack for this system in Foundry. If you guys think this is something you'd want to try, Colin, I believe Colin and Anna are okay with us releasing this, but I need to know, is the community going to be interested in this? Because it seems like a fun way to spend some time. To spend a couple hours with your friends.
Mhm.
Yeah,
And
really cool.
Foundry, seems like it runs the system pretty well. So, with all that being said, that's going to do it for us tonight on RPG Snacks Wednesday.
Ooh.
Starting next week, Hal is going to be taking us into a less fun version of this world called World of Darkness. Is that actually what it's called, World of Darkness?
What's the World of Darkness? That's the setting.
I'm excited.
You want to give anyone a teaser or a tidbit or anything exciting?
Roll the clip. Oh, I'll put it on our YouTube.
I don't have it set up, it's true, but we do have it on. Will be live on our YouTube, so go check it out, or check the Twitter because we'll be linking it there as well. But it's going to be a lot of time. We'll be spending the next 3 weeks exploring that before we head into our next Pathfinder campaign. But you know what? With this fun, maybe we'll keep an eye on 6-string games and see what other fun little RPG snacks they come out with, and we'll fill one of our off nights with one of these.
Totally worth it.
Yep,
Awesome.
definitely.
So thank you, Colin and Anna from 6-string games. Thank you, Rick, Nina, Richard, Mike, for playing with me. It's been fun as always. It's been nice to get back to with you guys and throw down some fun. Until next time, stay safe, stay healthy, and goodbye.
Good
You guys
night.
have a good night.
Raycats.
Raycats.
Raycats.